Thank you for tuning in to You Have a Collect Call From. Merry Christmas to everybody that's watching this stream today. We're currently waiting for Javier to call in. As soon as he calls, then we'll go ahead and go live. Hopefully, all you guys, you've had a good day so far. You know, spending it with your families and whatnot. I had a pretty good day yesterday. We went over to my wife's mom's house and father's house. We hung out there till like past midnight. Some of the kids opened up their gifts, and when we ended up coming back home, we had our 5-year-old open up her gifts, and she was definitely happy. She got a bunch of toys. We would have preferred if she got clothing and whatnot, because she just has way too many toys right now. All right, so there goes the call.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel-Link.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Javier, how is it going? How are you doing today on this great, wonderful Christmas day?
Oh, man, I can't complain. No, I slept in today. It's kind of cold in here, but it's other than that, it's cool. It's so far so good.
All right. So before we go ahead and get started, I just want to just let you know that we are taking live calls, and I'm about to post up the number in the chat. So if there's anybody out there that has any questions, or that just wants to call in and ask any questions, and pick his brain, you're more than welcome to. Preferably, we would appreciate it if you keep it respectful. If you don't agree with the channel or whatnot, and just save that for somewhere else. Like we're not entertaining any type of negativity. If you do have a question, we'll go ahead and answer it to the best of our abilities here. Anyhow, so with that being said, if you do call in, just please turn on the volume on your YouTube stream, and let me see, turn down your volume, or close down YouTube. And there's something else that I'm supposed to mention, but I'm totally scatterbrained right now. I can't think about it right now, but I'm sure it'll come later. And Javier, I know yesterday.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
I hear you. You know what happens? I know what you're trying to say. So sometimes when you're on live, even when, like, say when you call a radio station, right? There's certain kind of volumes that if you got your volume up too high and you got your phone up too close, because it's being broadcasted, there'll be some kind of like
feedback. Yeah, that's correct.
So you'll probably get like you'll get some kind of interference, because I do that when I hook up my tablet to the TV.
Yeah.
When I want to, like, say if I'm talking to a family member and I want to still clean the house, I plug it into the tablet and I let the mic, but I got to put the mic hella far and I got to turn the volume. Like a little low.
That's correct.
So
yes.
I think that's what.
That's exactly what I'm talking
but
about.
So this is gonna be a little new, and I hopefully I won't stutter or I won't get stuck, because I still struggle with talking to like people that I don't know. Even when I started doing this right here, it was like a challenge. So if I get stuck or whatever, I mean, we're all humans. We're not, nobody's perfect. So hopefully it goes well.
No, I'm sure it will. Hey, so I was talking to some of the gentlemen yesterday, and they were telling me that pretty much yesterday you guys were pretty much locked down in your cells. I guess some of the staff members or the COs didn't show up. They which I don't blame them. Obviously, I mean, it's Christmas, and I wouldn't want to be in prison. We're doing my job. I'd rather be at home with my family and whatnot. So So how was that? How was that experience? And did anybody show up today? Are they running a regular program, or what's the situation right now?
No, hell no. Nah, well, so yesterday they gave us like maybe 2 hours. They gave us about 2 hours program. So we went out there and we set up a little softball game. And we usually go out there and we watch all the youngsters play. Like, we sit there and we clown them. And, you got a bunch of youngsters that are fucking striking out on softball. Like, how the hell do you strike out on softball? And we're clowning, right? So one of the older homies that been down like 40 years, the homie Tito, he's like, hey, why don't we set up a game and plan it out? That way, be everybody over 40. So we had all the older cats out there playing baseball, and we did. I mean, there was some dude that was like 73 years old, and he was putting it down. This fool was running like a youngster. I'm like, good Lord, like, yeah, I want to be like him when I get that age, But yeah, and then there was some, of course, that were striking out. They didn't wear the fucking their glasses, and they were trying to and they were striking out. And the youngsters it was the youngsters' turn to clown us. So we had a cool morning, but after that, we came back in ourselves, and they announced it on the loudspeaker that there wasn't gonna be no program. So a lot of dudes got hella bummed because they had already had plans to do video calls. This is the first. A lot of these dudes have been down 20, 30, 40 years. This is the first time to actually do FaceTime so they could go to their family's house through via the screen, FaceTime or video visits. And so they set up a date for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and bam, none of the officers showed up for work. So like today, it looks like they got like mall security running the prison because they don't even know what the hell they're doing. They were trying to run Peel Line, and there were people fucking kicking their doors because they didn't open the door, and the cops don't want to trust nobody. But yeah, so far, they ain't running shit. Like today, we just slammed, and then to top it off, like my cell they still ain't fixed the fucking the ventilation system. So my cell gets hella muggy. Like I wake up and my walls are like dripping water because the moisture in here and the heat from the TV, and then of course my breathing in here, it condensates the whole cell. So it's like wet and muggy, ugly in here. But I got to get used to it. I mean, shit, there's nothing you could do. We've been telling them we're going on 2 months with no fucking air in our cells.
Hey, Javier. Yeah, so I want to touch on something you said. So you said that the cop or the CO is all scary. So it's pretty much you got a scary.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
So in other words, you got a scary Larry working in there. Some youngster probably has like a little mohawk, and looks like he used to work at Kmart, but now he's working in a prison.
Hey, check out this. So last night we had a chinito in there, right? And in Chinitos, they can't roll their R's for shit. So everybody, he was trying to announce something, and we couldn't understand a word on the loudspeaker. And I looked up, and it was a straight Chinito, like fresh up, just barely learning how to speak English. And I was like, oh yeah, they probably just got that fool working on the corner somewhere. Told him, you want to work in prison for a day or something? Because he was fucking lost, dog, and everybody was talking shit. Everybody was counting on me, But yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's what it feels like. It feels like, I'm sure they're officers, but they're probably still in the academy or something. So they're right there. Like there's one in there right now. I'm looking at him right now. He's just staring at every cell, and he's like he's in awe. He's like we're like he ain't never. Like, you could tell there's something about their demeanor and their little attitude that you could tell when they're new.
Hey, so that fool, he's super trucha right now. He wants to make sure nobody's like sliding anything under their door, or fishing, or anything of that nature, right?
Yeah.
Probably
pretty much. That's what it is.
He probably has a pair of scissors ready to cut the linea if somebody's fishing.
No, that's not. Hey, what's crazy? He's protected. He's inside a bubble. And there's like an iron. There's a bunch of bars. There's nothing that can get to him, but. He's still on his toes, you know what I mean? Make sure nobody want to throw something at him or something. But there's like we don't have an officer on the floor. That's how bad it is. There's only like one officer per building, and they're on the tower. So in order for them to be able to run a program, they gotta have 1, 2, 3 3 officers per building, which is 1 on the tower and 2 on the floor. And this morning I looked up and there was just 1 on the tower and 1 keeps coming in and out. So there's probably 1 on the tower and 1 for every 2 buildings. So when that happens, you know, their little laws, their little rules and shit or protocol, they can't run shit. They can run peel line, but even when they're running peel line, this fool was hella scared to let people out. Because if something happens, they get a pay cut on their check. Like if he lets out the wrong cell and that inmate gets stabbed or gets in a fight, it comes out of his check. So I don't blame him. I wouldn't want my money getting short, you know what I mean? Yeah? Jaime?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did it cut
Sorry.
off?
Nah. So what has you know? My
okay.
apologies. What happened right now was that I stepped away for a quick moment, and
Yeah.
I stepped away because my daughter just woke up, and you know she went to check out my lady.
Oh.
So my lady last night, she and my daughter.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
She you know
What?
my daughter's 5, so she still believes in Santa Claus. So my daughter and my lady, you know, they put up like a little plate. They baked some cookies yesterday, and then so they put a little plate and with a cookie that was half eaten, and then my daughter got she got some flour, and she put it on the floor, and then she got a boot, and then she made it, you know, it looks like Santa Claus, you know, came and he came down the chimney and ate the cookies and left her gifts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I stepped away
That's
right now
beautiful.
to record it really quick.
Beautiful.
Definitely, you know, didn't want to miss out on that.
Oh, no, for sure, man. Nah. Of course, hell no, yeah. Hey, you know, that comes first, I mean. Yeah, that's cool, dog. That's a good idea. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Who came up with that?
My lady, she's been doing it.
up with that?
She's been doing it for the last few years. So you know, I'm like, man, you know, I'm gonna get up right now, and
man.
I'm gonna. I think last year I had to work, so I wasn't here when that happened. So, I'm like, man, I definitely gotta see it today.
Man. Yeah, you had to catch that. I'm glad you did, dog. Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, shit. Hey, I kept talking. When you came back on, I had just finished. So yeah, you didn't miss nothing.
It's so perfect
I was
timing.
just talking about Yeah, of course. Yeah. I was just talking about so far about, you know, getting used to this shit. Like over in the other prison, they don't do this shit. Like when I was in Kern Valley, if they didn't run program, they still allowed us to go out and do a video call. So they'll announce, they'll say, hey, no program, but we're gonna run showers and we're gonna run phone calls and video calls. And right here, they don't want to do shit. So that's like a major difference, a major change right here. I gotta get used to it.
Hey, you know what? But
yeah,
hey, and I want to mention something. You know what? And these are the things that we don't think about. You know, where we're out on the street. You know, wreaking havoc and doing things of that nature. You know, you're not thinking about you know what comes along. You know, and what'll happen when you get incarcerated. You know, you're out there doing these things, and then you end up in places like this, and then you end up on modified program or lockdown. You know, which is out of your control. But you know, ultimately, you know, the actions that you did on the streets, or you know, come with this now that you know officers are not coming in, you know, and they want to spend time with their family, and it disrupts your you know what your daily norm, you know, of or your daily routine.
Yeah.
So definitely, you know, if you're out in the streets, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh,
you're
okay,
right. You're
yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah,
I mean,
So yeah, like you know, think about it twice, you know, before you know you're out there, you know, and you're committing crimes, because then you gotta put up with stuff like this, because ultimately your life it's out of your control now. Your daily activities, you have to ask for permission to do certain things, and you gotta mind somebody. So it's definitely not a fun place to be. I mean, yeah, you might have some funny moments and whatnot, but you know, I'm sure if everybody that's in there, if they could do everything differently, I'm pretty sure a large majority of them would choose, you know, to take a different path. I'm pretty sure there'll be a few knuckleheads in there that'll be like, you know, like they wouldn't want it any other way but to be in there. But I'm sure the larger majority of people would prefer not to be in prison.
Of course, I mean, shit. You know, I always wonder why they call it corrections. You know, they call it corrections. You know, when you come to prison, CDCR. You know, and fucking, You know, that's what they do. They try to correct you. You know, if you're coming out and you're not, like, for example, cuando corren breakfast, when they run breakfast and you're walking in the chow hall, you know, as soon as you walk in the chow hall, they tell you to take off your hat, tuck in your shirt, show your ID, you know. And you walk in the chow hall, and then the cops, as soon as you walk in there, you see the cops are wearing their fucking hats. And like, well, why are we the only ones that have to take off our hats, you know? So it's like, it's pretty much, you know, it kind of teaches you, by them being like that, it kind of teaches you, you know, to mind people of authority, to fucking, you pretty much you're at their mercy, you know, when you want to shower and you know, because everybody rather go out and get a shower, you know, with the nozzle and the water coming from the right.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Hey, Javier,
So a lot
before
of times you want to, yeah.
right now,
Yeah,
before
go
you
ahead.
continue, I want to go ahead and mention to you that you did get a blessing right now. And this blessing came from none other than Fish Slayer, SoCal.
Órale.
He dropped.
Man, he's amazing, bro.
He just dropped a $9.99 on you, and with that, I also want to mention to you. I know the last two times that they dropped $9.99 on you, I haven't sent it on over to you, but I went ahead and did that last night, so you should be getting that in the next 24 hours.
I got it. I already got it.
You got it already?
No, I got it. I woke up that's right. You didn't catch me when I told you, hey, I got my Christmas present.
Oh, nah.
From you and SoCal. SoCal and Fischler. Hey, homie, I woke up in the morning and I guess Santa Claus wants to come in here, dog, because, I turned on my tablet and it says 17 something. I'm like, what the hell? Because I was down to like $7.
Yeah.
So, I got.
All right. So the call was disconnected. I'll go ahead and as soon as he calls back, then we'll go ahead and continue. And I'll let him know Marlene's in here also, that you're wishing him a Merry Christmas. And to both of you guys or anybody that's listening, you know, Merry Christmas. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. And also we're offering, but we are taking live calls now. That phone number, that if you see it there on the chat, that's what it is. If you guys want to call in and, you know, ask him any questions, you're more than welcome to. And I think it'll be kind of cool, you know, putting a voice, you know, to the face here. So if you guys are comfortable or interested, you know, the number's there and it'll remain there until the end of the live stream. Yesterday we did take 2 phone calls. The first phone call was from LA Analyst, and then the second phone call was from Chronicles Lifestyles that called in. You know, so definitely cool. For them, you know, touching in and you know, and giving supporting comments to these gentlemen that were on the live yesterday. And we are going to be having another live today with Jesse and David. We're going to be doing a Christmas special. And I think that's going to be at either like 4:30 around that time. So, you know, when they do call me up, then we'll go ahead and run that live and, you know, pick their brain as far as, you know, other things that happen during Christmas and what the program's like. And maybe right now, you know, normally Javier Carr tends to call a little bit quicker. They might be having some issues with the tablets. So hopefully, you know, he calls sooner than later, because I really don't. Sometimes I go blank, you know. I'll be getting nervous, you know, on you know, what to speak about. But anyhow, so yesterday, you know, I had mentioned that we had gone over to my wife's to my in-laws' house, and we went and spent Christmas over there, and we ended up staying there till about a little bit after midnight. And me and my daughter, oh, there it is.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Hey, yeah, we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it took a while, huh?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did, but we're connected now, so it's all good.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, look it. So right now when it hung up, well, because I remember I told you I was wearing like a bunch of clothes and shit.
Yeah.
So for some reason, this happens to me a lot, dog, because I get so nervous. Like I went from feeling cold to as soon as we started doing the podcast, I started feeling like I get to like anxiety. I start to feeling worried about how I'm gonna sound, you know, how people are gonna think about me or how they're gonna view me. And that takes like it takes like a little toll on my fucking. I got hot. So as soon as that last call came out, I put everything down. I took off, like I told you, I was wearing 2 pairs of sweats, so I took up a pair of sweats. And like that wasn't good enough, so I took off another pair of sweats. So I'm down to my shorts right now. But yeah, that shit was crazy, dog. It's like I still have that a lot. Like it's like a little anxiety attack where I just started feeling hella hot, and it was a weird ass feeling, homie. But it's a work in progress, homie. Getting used to it, you know what I mean? But I'm right here. I'm not gonna. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I'm not, bro. But hey, I think we were talking about when with Fish Slayer in the Christmas present, man. I really do appreciate that big time because that's allowed me to buy the music, dog. And because I know I have a CD player and I only have like 4 CDs, and you know you get burnt out off the same music, so I go to the radio a lot and I listen to all music. I listen to country, to rap, to soul, R&B, you know, Spanish. So when I get the little luxury of buying the music on the tablet, I always get it because I come across music I ain't heard before, and I'm very, music. That's what I do all day.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But yeah, man, I just thought I say, you know, how much I appreciate that big time.
That's right. Yeah. No, that's definitely, you know, highly appreciated, and I'll go ahead and send that over. Maybe today or tomorrow. You know what I'm trying to do now is I'm holding off for a day or two, so like that.
Yeah.
You know, when you get a nice little pot,
because it costs money.
Yeah.
It costs money to send money. Remember, you got my text when I told you, hey, bro, like I'm never like I said when I started doing this, and I remember I'm pretty sure you remember I told you that. Like I'm not doing it for that at all, and then I appreciate it regardless, you know, but still. Like, you know, I still getting used to the feeling, you know, to accept money from people that I don't know, you know, it's not an easy thing to do, you know, because I'm not scumbagish like that, you know, like, so I told my mom about it, and she's like, it's all right, they want to look out for you, it's okay. I'm like, yeah, mom, but you know, I don't want it to kind of change. I don't want them to feel that I'm doing it for that motive, you know, and
hey,
I want to
Javier,
make sure that it's,
hey, remember, nothing free en la pinta.
Hey, they gave me a burrito. I got a burrito today, and I put that motherfucker, I wrapped it up, and I put it in a bag, and I'm waiting. I'm like, man, should I eat this burrito, or what is it going to cost me later, you know?
Hey,
and then they brought me a candy bar. I'm like, oh, hell no, not the candy bar.
Hey.
Yeah, but, hey, you got people here. They got money, dog, and you know, they got a pretty good heart, so. You know, I really I just didn't know how to take it. You know, like, all right, gracias.
Hey, so right now, I'm putting the equivalent of I'm putting a box of Snickers on your bed right now. What are you gonna do, Javier?
Oh man, I'm gonna go man down. Man down, still too close. I don't want nothing to do with this shit. Yeah, I mean, hey, have you ran it? Were you able to find that video? You gotta find it, honey.
You know, I haven't looked for it.
We get to see it in here.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a way for you to find it. But once you see that video, you're gonna say, "Oh shit, that would scare any motherfucker that came to prison." Because look, when you come to prison, right, you go through the whole little process. You go through, of course, you go to county jail, trial, jury trial, whatever, and then they send you to a reception prison, which is just temporary. You're there for a while. You don't get a TV. You don't get radio. You don't get nothing. You're just there waiting to catch the change to like the prison that you're going to be doing your time in. So when you get there and then you buy your TV and all that shit, and you plug that into the wall, right? There's an outlet and there's like a little thing to plug in the cable. And you plug in your cable, and the very first thing you want to do is you want to listen to all the prison channels, because all the reglas are right there for that prison. So you sit there and you plug that in and you punch that in, and that's the first video they show you, you know, like that Priya, that fucking rape shit or whatever. And so that, I could only imagine, like, you know, youngsters that come to prison, that never been to prison, and the only thing they know about prison is from movies and comedy, you know, when they're planning all that chirujo shit and fucking, you know, that they got fags and they got all that shit. So you're on your toes, you know? So you watch that video, and I could only, you know, I could put myself in their shoes for a while, and I could only imagine how scared they get watching that shit. But on the other hand, if somebody has been down 20, 30 years, and you're like, that's bullshit. I've never seen that happen, you know? But, yeah, if you ever get a chance to catch that video, you want to see it.
That's right. Hey, and before I forget, I definitely don't want to forget about Gary's cousin right here, Marlene, and she put a message for both of us. So the first one reads, Merry Christmas, Javier, from Gary's cousin.
Órale, well, Merry Christmas to you, Gary's cousin. ¿Cómo se llama?
Marlene.
Is that the Marlene on?
Yeah, that's Marlene. Yeah.
Feliz Navidad, Marlene.
Yeah.
Hey, un chingo de gracias.
That's right.
Yeah, Gary told me the other day, Gary goes, hey, fool, hey, my prima said they put your mugshot on the thing. I was like, oh, yeah. And I showed him. And he goes, oh, that shit came out bad. I came out nice. I go, hey, why don't you don't got one on there? He goes, no, I ain't got a picture yet. I go, that's from the video call, homie. Just do a video call and they can screen shoot it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I really do I like the way you hooked that up. That came out all right.
Right? Yeah. And, well, the one I have right here in the video, it's actually, I didn't blur out, I didn't remove the background, you know, like on the thumbnail that I sent you, you know, you have like that white lining around you or that glow. On this one, it's pretty much like the way the screen grab looks. So you could see the tira and the background and all of that.
Okay, well, if you look straight up, like where the stairs finish, that's my cell right there. I live right on top of that.
Man, you're living on like Park
That's
View.
what I was telling you. Hey, I got the good view, homie. I get to see all the phone. I see when the phones are open and all the video calls. So when the door opens up for Dave, I just run down them stairs and I'm there, homie.
Hey, let me ask you.
I don't gotta get in line or nothing.
How many terminals do they have right there for the video calls? So how many people can jump on? You know.
Let me see. They have 1, 2. They got 5. They got 5 on this side of the day room, and then they got 5 on the other side of the day room. So it's a total of 10.
Oh, okay, nice.
Total of 10.
Yeah.
It's weird too because all it is is like it's like a magnet or something. So everybody's trying to, you know, people, you know, I wouldn't do it with my tablet, but there's people that try to like rig their tablet so they can make the video calls from themselves. You know, and the only reason they don't allow us to do it from themselves is you got people that are fucking sick. You got people that are willing to fucking ruin it for others and, you know, do like nasty shit on the screen with the girls and shit like that. So, you know, they don't want it to get out of hand. So the reason they expose it and they put it all outside to do the video calls out in the day room is to keep it respectful, you know?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping sooner down the line they'll allow us, man. Though, you know, it's a little more comfortable in a little cell city, you know, being in a cell and being more personal, more, you know, because out there it gets loud sometimes. It gets, you know, and sometimes I've had it where I was video calling and some youngster came up to me and he grabbed my tablet. He goes, "Hey, what's up with this?" Because my tablet looked like it was, you know, it had a little crack on it. But he said it too loud, and it bugged me because I was on the phone with my family, and I like looked at him, and I went like maybe a whole month not talking to that kid because I didn't appreciate the way he intruded, you know, he just intervened and walked in and being hella loud while I was on a video call. So like every so often you get that shit to happen to people, and you know that shit. I've seen people get stabbed while they were on the phone. I've seen people get smashed on for shit like that, you know. But you know, I didn't react negative. I just decided not to talk to this kid no more because I didn't know how to tell him that I didn't like it. I didn't want him to give me a negative response. So what I did, I just avoided him for like a whole month. And he barely came back around like about a week ago. But that's because his earbuds broke. And he needs his headphones to work. He does some crazy shit, only because he needs something done. And he knows that I know how to fix all that shit. So.
Yeah.
Ugly, dog. Like, all right, this motherfucker want to come back around now because the shit don't work and he wants to fix. But yeah, that's pretty much the setting right there.
That's right. Hey, let me ask you, do the tablets, do they have a camera on them, or is the camera located on the terminal right there that you guys have to jump on?
No, all the tablets got a camera on them.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they're pretty much like they're exactly, I mean, it's pretty much, it's got every ability that a cell phone has, but they block, like, for example, Facebook. If you get on certain apps, they'll say this app is blocked, you know, for security reasons. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that is blocked, so we can't access none of that. It's got the mic on the tablet. Like if your earbuds don't work, it's got a mic on the tablet, but then you can't really hear nothing, so you got to put the whole tablet on your ear. And this thing's humongous, dog. I'm pretty sure that, you know, like you wouldn't want to be doing phone calls like that, you know. You're pretty sure you get tired of holding it. Not only is it big, it's hella heavy. This thing weighs a good I'm gonna say at least 6 to 8 pounds.
Hey, you know what? You want to hear something funny?
Uh-huh.
So you know those tablets you got right there? I got one of those tablets. I bought it on eBay for like $50.
No way.
Yeah.
Serio?
Yeah, but it's
Hey, can you hook it up? Can you hook it up to a phone company?
No. So it's locked. So I bought it, and then so you know it has that lock screen from GTL. So I can't do nothing with it. I've been trying to figure out how to at least reflash it.
I got you, homie. Oh man, I'll put you up on game later on a private call. I'll put you up on game. Huh?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put you up on game. Yeah, your trip. I'll get that thing going for sure.
All
man,
right.
hey, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, you know what? It'd be so cool to fucking get one of these out, because this is part of the history. You know, when you talk about prison, let's say like 20 years after this, like, or 10 years from now, and that thing right there is going to be worth some money, because that's going to be the change. This is a major upgain in prison. I mean, this is getting people to communicate with the people. This is now what you call, you know, rehabilitating people, because a lot of people weren't really talking to their loved ones. They weren't communicating, homie. And you put them in a prison cell, and they have nothing else to do. I bet you anything they're going to be calling people that they really never got along with in the streets, or, you know, tios, cousins, even their own parents. And you get to communicating, and you'll be amazed at what kind of things you could solve, and how it reconnects you. You know, I got so close with my dad just from phone calls, man, and worked to, you know, my dad used to. I remember, I think I did mention in the beginning, and after used to beat me. Like, I was getting beat on a regular, on an everyday thing. You know, every day he used to beat me, and now that we're older, and he always stays trying to apologize, and I keep telling him, like, hey, Dad, that's over with. You know, I love you for who you are right now, and it's not even tripping, you know. But it reconnected me with my dad big time, because, you know, we don't no longer got to pay for the phone calls, you know. So same thing with, like, my sisters, my primos, you know, they now really know the whole story. They know the truth of what happened. You know, a lot of my family members were thinking that I was a straight killer, that I was out there fucking shooting people, and I was fucking dealing drugs, and I didn't care about nobody. And now that they get to hear the truth, you know, it's bringing everybody back in my life.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
That's right. Hey, and El Iceman just showed up right now.
Órale, el Iceman, un chingo. Iceman sent me a cool little Christmas message, man. He's an amazing person. Hacer más saludos to Iceman.
That's right. He says, Iceman in the house, but with prying eyes and, hold on, I can't see the rest. Brow beatings. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So
basically he just woke up.
Well, yeah. So he just woke up.
Hey, you know what? I got a couple questions, because there's a lot of things you gotta be like. You gotta protect yourself with. You gotta make sure, like.
All right. So, so the call got disconnected, and you know what? Actually, so I see this message down here from Richard. And he says, sorry to say, but any mobile device that has any kind of G capabilities will be scrambled by devices that are not allowed any prison compound to make any calls. You know, it all depends. You know, I don't think California is one of those places where they allow scrambling, and that's just because I think they gotta get clearance from the FCC, because not only does it the scrambled devices, you know, from whatever prison they're trying to install them at, it could interfere with like planes and whatnot, you know, passing over. So communication with that, you know, emergency services. So I think that's I don't think they offer that in California, as far as my knowledge. They might offer that in some places, but I'm pretty sure it's hard to install. You know, like scrambling devices like that would have to be clear with the FCC.
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hello.
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hey Javier. Let me ask you something,
sir.
because there's a gentleman on here, Richard, and so I'll read out the message. He says, sorry to say, but any mobile devices that have any kind of G capabilities will be scrambled by devices that will not allow any prison compound to make any calls. And I want to ask you this, because you would be the perfect person to ask, since I know recently you were actually caught with a cell phone. Was it like a year or two ago? Do you know of the prison or any prisons that you've been at that offer any type of scrambling services, which means, like, so if you have a cell phone, you wouldn't be able to make any calls, because this device in particular would prevent the connection from your device over to a cell phone tower. Are you aware of any prisons having that in California?
Oh yeah, so this is what they have. So they call it an umbrella. So there's a bunch of towers, and there's supposed to like a net. So it's like, the way like a lot of us when we had the little flip phones, you know, you have to stick every time you dial a certain number, or like number, especially from around the area, or if it was long distance, as soon as you dial, you have to stick the bag into like one of them microwave popcorn bag.
Yeah.
For some reason, you stick it in there because of the foil, and it will let your phone call go out. But without that, I mean, and you have to keep trying, then half the time it wouldn't work. So you have to have a 4G. So then everybody went to the 4G, the flat screen. I mean, the little regular was just no button, just the screen, the glass screen. And if your phone got caught, if it got dinged, then because there's like a little, they walk like a little device during the night and during the day with like a little drone throughout the cells. And if it picks you up while you're on the phone, it locks you out. So you're no matter what you do, you're not going to get that thing back to work. But if you run into somebody whose phone is still working, you could use his hotspot. So you could use his Wi-Fi to I don't know how that works. I never did that. I didn't really care afterwards. After I got caught, I didn't care none about cell phones. But yeah, so a lot of people, what they do, if their thing gets pinged and they don't work, they'll even go as far as moving into the building where somebody there has a cell phone, and they'll even pay somebody to get that cell, because you got to be like so far, you can't go past like 5 or 6 cells, and then so to be able to use his Wi-Fi. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works. So it kind of scrambles the whole thing.
Yeah. Hey, that's interesting. I never thought about using hotspot to be able to make calls, but yeah, that's true. So some cell phone carriers, they offer Wi-Fi calls. So like T-Mobile, I'm with T-Mobile, so they offer that. So as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, which is internet, that it'll allow you to make outgoing calls.
Okay, so it makes sense, huh?
Yeah,
I was like, man, how can I explain this? Because I'm clueless. So I'm in here, and the only thing I know from phones is just from the little time that I had a chance to enjoy them and have them and all that. But Like I'm clueless to a bunch of. I don't even know how that works. I know there's a bunch of towers all over, and the phones bounce like say I want to make a long distance to I call Mexico a lot, to Guadalajara, and I always wonder like, man, how does that work? Because sometimes when I call long distance, the call goes through way faster. I'm like, what the hell? And it's further. So I've been calling Leti. Leti's right here in Tijuana. And she's always telling me no Wi-Fi. Like, what the hell? You're right next door to me. Like, I'm right by the border. So how can the phone not work like that? But yeah, it always amazes me how this works.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. We live in a world now that everything's changed. As far as with internet and whatnot. You don't even need a computer anymore. To do a lot of stuff that you would need to do on a computer before. You could just do everything from your phone.
Yeah. Wow, that is something. That's another thing that I can't wait to get out of here, bro. Because I think I mentioned it many times on here how much I love electronics and technology, and I steady state trying to invent shit in here. Like every day, I'm playing with circuit boards. I'm trying to make different things, and I made a badass lamp out of a broken screen from a TV, and I put some magnets on it, and I put it under my bunk, and that helps me with my drawing. But everybody saw, they're like, damn, how do you got the whole bottom of your bunk lit up like the sun is in there? And I show them the little TV screen. I take the little black part off of it, and behind it is a bunch of LED lights, and I hook it up to the universal adapter, and I got a bunch of brightness. Like I could put it real dim, I could dim it, put it real bright. So I love that. That pretty much helps me with all my reading and my. But yeah, I stayed trying to come up with things, man. I know had I not messed up my life, that would have been the direction I would have took. Anything with the electronics and technology and stuff like that.
That's right. No, and and it's never too late. I mean, as long as you're breathing, I mean, anything's possible. You're not gonna be able to become the president of the United States, but you could do anything. As long as you have the will to do it, then you could pull it off. As long as it's nothing too crazy. But learning computers and whatnot is never too late.
Hey, you know what they gave me? The homies gave me like a cool ass present, like for Christmas, and I'm like, where the hell did you get this? So I was out in day room 2 days ago, and an older cat, the homie, he's been down 40 years, the homie Tito. I'm like, damn, 40 years, like they ain't letting this fool out for some reason. I don't know. I never really got into the details of what he's busted for or whatever. I know he ain't got no sex friends, so I mess with him. And so he gave me this little thing, right, that plugs into the tablet. It's like a microphone. But it has, I mean, it looks so, I mean, looking at it, it's like chrome plate, I mean, it's gold plated, and it's got the righteous little, you know how some of the microphones got like a little foam over it, like a little sponge, a black one?
Yeah.
That's what about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I seen it, I'm like, what the hell? He goes, that's a mic. So, but I plug it into my tablet and it don't work. Well, the connection to this mic, it was made specifically for some other device, so it don't work on mine. So all I got to do is just change the bottom part.
So let me tell you.
I'm working on right now, but man.
Those rings. So if you look at the rings on those mics, it allows it to do different type of things. So depending on how many rings what you gotta do is look at the microphone or the headphone piece that you use for your tablet, and look at the rings. Your rings, I think it should have 3 rings, and that's called TRRS. And then the microphone that he has, it probably only has two rings only. So that one is just
it
like
has two. Yeah.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, well, like out here in the real world, and the only reason I know that because I mess with stuff like that. You need a converter that's gonna convert it over from 2 rings over to 3 rings, so your tablet could accept it.
Left speaker, the other one is for the right speaker.
Yeah.
One is for the mic, and one is the negative.
Yeah,
one is the negative for the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
So the one for the mic is the very one right after the negative. So I figured it out. It's a blue wire. So yeah, all I gotta do is just kind of modify the jack, and that should be good. But I like it, man. It's I could only imagine how much better it's gonna sound,
Yep.
But
yep.
I mean, how does it sound? how does the sound come out on that side, on your side?
Oh man, it's
When you
phenomenal on
talk?
my end. It's great, and that's one of the things that people they say, and
That's
they've been
right.
saying, since I started.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah, I
And
like that. Yeah, I like that.
and they say
Yeah, I
that.
like that, man. I really do appreciate like using those words because I don't, my capacity of language is not that high like that. So I'm actually learning a lot of words from you. I'm gonna start answering like that.
That's right.
Gonna
That's
look
right.
at
I'm
them
like,
weird,
what?
but
Like who you been talking to?
like, Javi, why are you giving all these words, homie? The swiveling. Hey, so now I stay saying swivel. Hey, homie, I'm on the way out to yard. I tell everybody, hey, homie, put your head on the swivel, homie. What is that? Just be on your toes, dog. But yeah, hey, you actually started. You're a trendsetter, homie. You said there's a little trance in here and there. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to learn new words? Because new words kind of, it makes you sound, it makes you feel, and it shows that you care about how others might view you and think of you. I never thought of that as a kid. That's why I hated school. I never understood why we got to learn all this shit, especially math. I kicked myself in the ass so bad that I was such a one of them kids I used to ditch all the time. I used to ditch and go to the fucking clubs in Tijuana. That was like my regular thing. You go to TJ, you go to the clubs, and you could drink. They weren't carding you or nothing. So I was out there drinking at 12, 14, 15 years old. But yeah, man, I appreciate the vocabulary.
Hey, so I got two messages here. So I got the first message I got is from Marlene. She put Gary said
Yeah.
let me see, hold on. Let me see. Gary said to wish you both a Merry Christmas. And then Fish Slayer SoCal put Javi, can you hook up the mic and sing us a corrido? It will be phenomenal.
Fuck yeah! Hey, that dude. Hey, homie. Honestly, bro, I mean, so far, like all the listeners that you have, they're righteous people, bro. They're they're down to earth, homie. I mean, I've gotten on the side like a few messages from ICEMAN, and man, homie, like I could connect so much to what he says, and I can understand it, and everything is. I mean, I take everything that like especially advice and like a little bit of personal stuff that they share from out there. And they're righteous people, bro. Like they all work. They could have easily been doing something else. Playing video games, watching porn, doing something else. And they choose to do this. All that this means a lot. Because a lot of us in here, we feel like nobody gives a fuck. We feel like we're forgotten. So when people take the time out of their day and listen to our story, it gives us that extra little pep in our step when we walk out ourselves. We feel like, that people care. So I appreciate that.
No, yeah, definitely. I feel blessed. As far as the people that have been tuning in and whatnot. It hasn't been any like knuckleheads or whatnot. It's been pretty much calm. Which is kind of surprising to me, because I kind of felt before starting this that we would get in a lot of people bashing the channel, just because
it's gonna happen.
Everybody. Hey, gracias for putting that out there into the world.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but
listen, look. The reason let me cut in real quick. The reason.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, I didn't mean to like cut in so hard, but I had to because
yeah.
I need everybody to know that it's gonna happen, bro. Like you got people out there that are miserable with themselves and that fucking they hate the world, homie. And anytime they could they thrive on that shit. Anytime they could cut into like somebody having like a especially when you're having like a heartfelt conversation, you're talking about. I had people say stuff like out right here talking about somebody's little sister got shot. And I heard motherfuckers say, good, I hope she dies. And I look at this motherfucker and I want to punch him, right? But he thinks that's a fucking joke, and those are kind of people that pretty much do shit like that, So without a doubt, it will happen, and hopefully there's a way you could block that, or it's just, is there a way you could block certain people? Like if they don't, can you block them?
Yeah. There, I have the ability from my end to block
Okay,
people.
So you want to do that as soon as you, yeah. I just thought I'd interrupt. I mean, I know you were talking there, but by the mentioning alone kind of got me a little upset because, you got that kind of people out there.
No,
You do.
I agree with you. I deal with people like that on a daily basis. But you know what, and that's why I'm keeping this positive, and I'm not focusing just on one aspect of prison. I want to get like the whole pretty I don't even know what word I would use. Pretty much the whole prison experience.
The in and out.
Pretty much everything,
Your life and all, like throughout. Yes, like we're doing now. Like, we haven't even gotten into the continuing part of my last part or whatever. But I kind of do dig the little conversation before, so it kind of loosens, makes everybody feel a little bit, especially me, because I'm the one that's throwing it out there, that's, telling my story. And so while I'm telling my story, I also got to keep in mind not to get nobody mad that know me, or people, not to put nobody's name out there. I don't want to get my family in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. So, it takes a little.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Man, she's always hitting us.
A little going into, yeah. But man, I appreciate the little conversation beforehand.
And then right now, when you call back, I want to go ahead and read off some messages from Richard. He's sharing his, part of his journey and whatnot. He's been to prison and he went to school. So I want to share those messages with you right now as soon as you call back. So that definitely don't want to overlook anybody's messages. But if you want, go ahead and
for sure.
Yeah, call me back.
Call back.
All right. So right now, when he calls back, I'll go ahead and start reading off some of the messages that I'm seeing on the chat. And you know what, Javier, he's definitely a easy individual, to speak with. Do appreciate him, calling in day after day and sharing his journey with us. I'm sure it's not easy, especially, as far as myself, it's, speaking and whatnot has never come easy for me. I've never been a public speaker. I find it it's very intimidating, to talk in public and running this live stream on YouTube is it's making it a little bit easier, for me to communicate.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez,
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora.
Call
Para
recording
registrarla,
ended.
por favor cuelgue ahora o espere en la... Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello, Javier.
Yeah.
All right.
Sir.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read off the next message from Richard, and he puts, when I went to prison, I was very miseducated about many different things. I started reading philosophy, and it taught me important principles. And then he also puts, I went to prison once, got out, and I'm about to graduate from college. So hey, congratulations! That's huge. That's huge.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Kudos, man. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff, Rich. Man.
And then Fish Slayer put because how we were talking about your microphone. He said he will be wired right so he can shine right.
Hey, homie, I'm hooking it up. Watch. Hey, dog. Like right now, everybody wants to hook up because they walk by my house and they see me walking. They see that I'm going about and I'm talking without the earbuds. And they're like, hey, bro, how do you do that? Everybody wants to be able to do their laundry and bird bath and talk on the phone and do, just move about. So now I got everybody wanting to do that. But, man, some of these dudes, I could do the work, but they're not going to be able to set it up. Like, I've got a couple dudes that I hooked them up like that, and they're like, hey, dog, they don't work right. And I keep telling them, you got to control the volumes, homie. You got to make sure you keep the tablet away from the TV and find the right volume because it's going to give you feedback. So, yeah, it's like a little headache. I really don't want to do that for having to explain myself every time I hook somebody up. But, yeah, believe me, homie, this little mic, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. No, it is. And Richard put another message. He's, how we were talking about bad energy, and he put, I agree, it's bad energy. or sorry, I agree.
Yeah.
It's bad negative energy. Yeah, I try to stay away from all of that. Try to stay on the topic on hand and focus on your experiences. I don't have as far as
Yeah.
like a negative narrative. That's something I don't have. But what I do have
Yeah.
is I want people that come on here to be truthful about their experiences, growing up and going through the system, because
Yeah.
when you're on the streets, your friends or homies are not telling you, hey, when you get stopped by the police, this is what you have to do, or when you go to court, you're not going to understand what they're talking about, and you're going to sign up to some deal that you don't comprehend at that time, especially if you're 15, 16. You don't understand how long life is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at my case. I had a bunch of tios. Everybody after me that was born, I was born before me. My older brothers, they never laced me up. They never told me, hey, bro, when you get busted, they never anticipated that I was gonna get busted. I was working since I was like 11 years old. I used to provide for myself, buy my own clothes. I used to hustle my own shit. So, like, they kind of viewed me as a square, like, oh yeah, this fool ain't never gonna go to prison. He's 11 years old. He's already working, and it was legit, until I got to take the fast money. But yeah, so. They never laced me up. They never told me, hey, when you get caught, when you get busted, don't do this. I knew one rule and one rule only was do not snitch, So I've always remembered that. Like, oh, yeah, for sure, I never snitch. And I used to see, they say snitches get stitches or whatever. They get cut up, whatever. So, yeah, I don't want to get cut up. I want to be good, So that's the only regular I knew coming into the system. I'm like, all right, so stay to myself. Don't do drugs. Don't snitch. So yeah, so a lot of it, man, you pretty much, like old boy Richard said, like he went about it the right way. Like he went and bought a book and read a little bit of philosophy and man, like I struggled with reading my whole life, so I couldn't even do that. It took me a while to catch up to the reading and getting just up until now, getting this tablet, I got better at reading because I started correcting my spelling. It started. It's amazing. This thing right here really was a major upgrade for me. So, yeah, hopefully I could become like a better speaker. So I could...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And right now,
man, so good.
So right now you're talking about like the whole reading thing, and as far as for like myself, I've always, as a kid, I would hate reading in public, like in school and stuff. When the teacher would ask me to read in public or in the classroom. I didn't like it. Like and even right now when I do it, like I'm very self-conscious, about when I read out messages and whatnot. Sometimes these
but
letters.
It's all right though.
Yeah, no, and I do, and I'm not,
all right, though.
And I'm gonna continue doing it.
I like that though. I like that you could say that. Yeah, I like that you could openly say stuff like that. You put yourself out there. There's a lot of words that I can't pronounce, like vulnerable. How do you say that?
Vulnerable. Yeah.
Vulnerability.
Yeah,
or like to this day I still can't say cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Like, I struggle big time, bro, and that's why we're like that, because we do not want to sound kind of retarded when you read something, or you don't want to read it wrong, or so you're very aware of people listening. So when people, I guarantee you, if you go and like saying, like if you go in, what's like the most private thing in the whole house is the restroom. You go in the restroom and you read to yourself, you're gonna read like a chant, because nobody's listening, So that's how you practice, dog. Like I practice in my house by reading. Like I'll read out loud, I'll cover my door, and I'll kick back, and I'll just read out loud, and then I'll listen to myself, So yeah, we're always a work in progress, only when we struggle with certain things.
Hey, so right now I'm reading some of the messages as you're speaking, and Marlene just put a message on there. You know how we were talking about negative energy, and she said, tell Javi we call those internet minis trolls.
Trolls, yeah. Hey, she hit it right on the button, homie. So yeah, one time me and Letty were talking on the phone, and I didn't know that you could be on the phone and still be navigating the internet. So we're talking on the phone, and she's laughing. She keeps laughing. Like, wait, what the fuck are you laughing at? And I told her, I bet you're either looking at social media or something. And she goes, yeah, how'd you know you're good? I'm talking to you, and I could hear you kind of pause and laugh about other things. She goes, oh yeah. And she started reading some of the pen pal like a lot of these dudes that post up their name on the pen pal sites, and she was reading some to me, and boy, that was like straight comedy. We ended up doing that for like a whole hour. And she's like, look, listen to this one. And she was reading it out to me, and I was right here busting out. I was like, I couldn't believe some of the shit these dudes were putting on the fucking, on their what is it, like introduction letters. So it was some fucking crazy shit, dog. Like, some dude was in there saying, talking about that he stands in front of the mirror and looks at his body all day, and that he, like, really just full of himself, you know. And it was crazy. I was like, man, I'll be damned if that fool finds any hookups. And she told me, she's like, man, that fool got like 700 hits. I'm like, what the fuck? People like that shit? That's like kind of conceited people, you know. So wow, you know. Yeah, you got the hangers that were calling talking shit about that dude too. You know, that's how I got into the subject, the trolls. They're like, yeah, this fool's full of shit. He's a liar. Don't send him the money. He's gonna ask you for money. And so yeah, you got a bunch of that in there. Wow, I made that long, huh?
Nah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
That's my nervous. That was my nervous. Shut the fuck up, Javi. Already, I can hear it in the back of my head. Like, Javi, that's enough. Cut it.
Hey, as long as you're not doing that when the cops pull you over and you start like you get nervous and you start telling, hey, I got the cuerno over there. It's in the tailpipe. Yeah, you're good.
That's crazy that you say that. Okay, so every time they did the cell search when I had the phone, oh my God, bro, it was like the one thing I can't stand was the searches. I still can't stand the cell searches. Now I'm cool. I don't have nothing. You know, I don't hide nothing. I don't care. So, yeah, so I will, as soon as the cops come and you gotta bend down and squat down and stick your hands out the trace file so they can cuff you before they take you out the cell, right? I'm already talking out of my ass, bro. Hey, what's up? Good morning. How you guys doing? They're like, this motherfucker right here is either high on some weed or something, you know? And I get them laughing, bro. But it's my nervous. Like, I'm so nervous. I don't want to get caught with this fucking phone. I don't want this write up, you know. And so yeah, a lot of the times when I get to talking a lot, I was nervous. You know? But it's lucky, bro.
Hey, Javier, we got a call.
Okay. Hook it up.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Nice and clear, nice and crispy.
This is nice. It's nice to kind of come through and hear you guys. So this is LA Analyst.
Hey, thank you for calling in. Cool. She called in yesterday.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I just wanted to tell you something too, Javi. So I've been listening for I'm kind of quiet on the sideline, just listening because life gets in the way. I can't always comment and say stuff, but just listening. We all make mistakes, and I know that just by listening to you, I can tell you're a changed person. So just want to give you those words of encouragement to keep doing the right thing.
I appreciate that so much. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Like, I was telling a homie earlier, like, how much is, like, I know I've changed. I could go in front of the board. I could go in front of anybody, man, the judge, whoever, and look them dead in the eye and tell them, look, man, I was a dumb kid, and even growing up into my adulthood, I know I was still kind of like messing up, but it was because of the pressure in here, because I didn't want to be viewed as a soft dude or somebody that's, that's going to be letting people step all over them. So a lot of the times, most of my write-ups were because of that, because people would think I wasn't going to do shit about, if they would disrespect or whatever. But yeah, I appreciate that you could actually say that, man, because it gives me that extra, it makes me feel good about myself that other people could see and feel that I'm a changed person.
Yeah, no, we see it.
It's crazy right
now. Yeah, no, you've grown. I mean, we all, like you said, we all make mistakes. We do stuff, but we grow, mentally, and we mature as time goes, and you're definitely on the right path. So I just want to tell you to keep it up.
I appreciate it. Who's this, Marlene?
No. LA Analyst.
LA Analyst. Okay, so
I think Marlene's on though. I see the comments. You need to call her out.
Okay, so the reason I said that is because so every so often when we're done doing the thing, the homie sends me a screenshot of the people that call in, and I read them all, right? And nice. I see certain female names, and yeah, that's the only reason I asked, because that's the only name I remember seeing in her as far as a female. but my bad. I felt so dumb.
No,
right
you're
now.
good. Yeah, I haven't commented as much, so you probably haven't seen my
Yeah.
name as much. But yeah, so all right. We just want to tell you to
Yeah.
keep it up.
Oh, that's cool.
And you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Okay.
All right, you as well. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Okay,
to you
likewise.
also.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hey, so Javier,
Hey.
I want to read this
Yeah.
message off to you. Fish Slayer put Javi took the long route. You know how you were talking about being nervous and talking. he said you took the long route, but
hey, bro. I have to exhale right now, finally. And you know how I had just finished doing that nervous thing, and boom, we get stung with a live call. Like, oh shit, let me breathe, let me rest on the, you know what I mean? I was like right here, hella nervous, and then boom, I do it again by saying, who's this, Marlene? Hey, you know why I was thinking it was Marlene? Because you had just mentioned her. So I was like, okay. So I kind of, in a way, wanted to say, hey, tell Gary I said Merry Christmas, too. Because I remember when you were saying about her comment, and she told us Merry Christmas, I don't recall me saying that, returning the greeting.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's the only reason I did that.
She would have been, YANEZ would have been like, Gary who?
Hey, yeah, that's cool, man. But hey, that's kind of her. I really do, man. Stuff like that, dog. Like it makes me. I mean, I know, man. Like, a lot of us we're dumb. We're dumb kids. We're growing up, and a lot of it is because of peer pressure and we're worried about how people are gonna feel. Like if you get, like, say somebody walks by you and disrespects you or steps on you or pushes you, and you don't do shit about it in prison, people pay attention to that shit, So when you let it happen one time, it's a wrap. It's gonna happen all the time. So a lot of times we're pushed to resort to violence, homie, because of course you see somebody that's not taking no shit, then you earn respect. That's why they say you gotta earn respect. But there's also a way to earn respect without violence, and that's talking to a lot of people. So that's what I started doing a lot, homie. Whenever I sensed somebody was feeling some kind of way about it,
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I will wait for that moment and I'll pull them over to the side and I'll ask them. And a lot of times I was wrong, A lot of times fools have that kind of look. Like those people that mad dog you, but they don't even know they're doing it. So I will tell them, hey, the only reason I'm asking you is because every time you see me, you kind of look crazy at me. You go, no, dog, hey, I get that a lot. Everybody tells me, and I tell them, hey, well, is there a way to correct that? Because if it's happening to me, it's happening, and you're causing that kind of feeling to everybody. They're not telling you because we talk amongst ourselves. So I've had people that I've actually helped, as far as like walking.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
We got 10 seconds, Javier. It's about to pull the plug on us. If you want to go ahead and call back.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me
gracias.
call back. Yeah.
All right. So if you are interested in calling, I think a lot of people are shy, to jump on the air. The number is posted up on the chat all the way in the top. It's a 213 number, and it's a free call. So if money is an issue, just remember it's free. Doesn't cost you a red cent, and you could go ahead and ask any questions or give supporting messages or whatever you want to say. So we'll be here, and he should be calling us back shortly, and then we'll go ahead and continue with the conversation and whatnot. And I know we still haven't got into the part of his story where he left off the last time, and to be honest with you, I don't exactly remember where he left off, but I should have probably listened to the last conversation we had. It's just sometimes it's hard to keep track of. Here we go.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yañez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, Javier.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read up 2 messages to you here. One is gonna be from Fish Slayer SoCal, and the following one is gonna be from Richard. So So Rich, Fish Slayer SoCal puts, tell him to say cinnamon roll 10 times real fast.
That's not gonna happen. Cinnamon roll, cinnamon roll, cinnamon roll. I cannot say it. I can barely say it 3 times, but I'll try though. For the Slayer, for sure.
10 times.
I got you. I'll try. I try it offline first. When I find no extra time, I try to do it, and I'm gonna count them too. And if I can't do it, I'm not gonna do it. No, I'll do it, dog. You know, I kind of like that little challenge, man.
That's right.
Like, can you do it? Can you do it?
Cinnamon roll.
How about you, James? You think you can do that?
Cinnamon roll 10 times?
Nah,
I could say it 1 time. Cinnamon roll, cinnamon roll, cinnamon roll.
Yeah, cinnamon roll, cinnamon roll. Yeah, I cannot do that, dog. Hey, you know, another word is chili. My girl used to always say chili. And she loved it when I used to say the word chili, and I used to always wonder, how the fuck do you like that? Oh, man, what you know to do? They turn our power off. Okay. Yeah, man, but yeah, I'll do it offline later on, practice for and then I'll come out here and see if I could do it.
That's right. Sure. Hey, that's the way to go about it. You know, yeah, you I mean, you know that's you can't pronounce something in the right fashion, and you're gonna go ahead and work on it. I mean, that's the correct instead of saying it. I'm not gonna say it like I'm gonna quit. You know, you're actually doing something about it.
You know what I call, anytime that I have to say that word?
Oh, hey, we got another call. We got another call.
Okay, let's roll. Let's do.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, can you do us a favor? Can you turn down the volume on the YouTube, because we could hear the it in the background?
Sure, I just did.
All right, cool, perfect. Thank you, appreciate it.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Double whammy.
There it is.
So Merry Christmas to everybody. First off, hope everyone's having a good holiday. I'm a little nervous right now, so I don't usually do this a lot, but I just wanted to touch on what you were saying. I'm sorry, what was your name, brother? What was your guys' names? Javier.
And I'm James.
And James. I'm Richie.
Hey.
I'm Richie.
Nice to meet you.
Richie, the college. That went to college, man. Hey, man, kudos to you, bro. Like you know, a lot of people come to prison and they keep coming back. It seems like they like the shit, and you got busted. You just took a little time. You checked yourself and you chose the right path for me. So, that's good for you, bro. Like stay focused.
Thank you, bro.
It's not to be played with. It's good,
I appreciate it.
How much time did you do?
I didn't do that long. I did 28. They gave me 5 years. I ended up doing like 28 because I did a lot of county time, so time served.
Yeah.
But I escaped from a halfway house. I got just theft charges before that, GTA, and I used to live out in California in the Los Angeles county. So I've been in county jail, but I moved out here to Colorado, and that's where I did my time. It's a lot different, the politics and all that. It's very different out here. But like I said, I'd never been to the joint out there in California.
Yeah.
But I started reading books, and it just really started maturing my mind. And I agree with you when you were saying that, a lot of oftentimes we're influenced at young ages, right, to do this and to do that. And there's nobody ever around us, because I never really had my father, my mother, she raised me. And, oftentimes I did what I wanted. So the streets really taught me, how to be, so, but yeah, I went to prison, read books, and started learning important principles about life, how to be a man, what it takes to be a man, the lies within our culture, and just, different sociological principles, Yeah. But, man, I respect it. Man,
just so you know, bro, like, me growing up as a kid, I used to idolize like the homies coming out the joint. They would be hella buff, all tatted up, and the girls just gravitate towards that. They used to be out. And we see all this shit as a kid, and we grow up thinking like, fuck, I guess I gotta go through the joint. I gotta go get me some muscles, go get all cut up, and come out so I can get some girls. So we start to think that way, or you're watching rap videos on TV or whatever, So a lot of us, we start
glorifying it.
Our parents are always, exactly. And your parents keep telling you, bro. They keep telling you, don't hang around this dude. Don't do this. stop wearing the pants so low, stop doing this, and we're just not listening to our parents. And, they're never wrong, homie. So a lot of times we grow up thinking that our parents are always against everything we do, all our choices, and they're not. They really know what's going to happen if you continue down that route. So, yeah, man, you did good, bro. You did your little time. I struggled with reading my whole life, so, I would see everybody reading, and every time I would try to read, I just couldn't do it. I would have to read maybe the same page like maybe 4 times before I could understand it. So, man, you're on the right path, man, and don't lose focus, man. There's nothing, not one thing worth losing your freedom, no, nothing.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that wisdom, that enlightenment. We can learn from something from everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I believe, and we're all unique, Whether somebody runs faster than us or, somebody's bigger than us, like we can all learn from each other, That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reach for a better cause for our people, our culture, because a lot of us, we end up destroying each other, oftentimes, brother. And it's just, I don't know, we should love each other more and be there for one another more,
Yes, we're here for such a short time, man. Like, you don't realize it until you, like me, until you end up in prison and you see the days just flying. And, you see stuff on TV and you wish you could have done, things that you cannot rewind. So why live this life like being fucking mean to each other? Being mean hurts. I've gotten mad at people and I've gotten like butthurt or disrespected. And there's a feeling, there's a certain feeling. First, you get that knot on your throat, and then comes all the anger and all that. And that feels ugly. And once that's gone, and then you go and you find somebody that's going to make you laugh and you feel the love, love always feels way better, homie, by 100 times.
For sure.
Right?
For sure, man. Thank you, James. James, right?
Yeah, you're welcome. You're
and
welcome.
Javier, man. I appreciate talking to you guys, brother. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time.
Hey, before you go, let me ask you something.
No, it's all right.
Sure.
So, before today, have you ever listened to us run a live before, or is this the first time?
This is my second time. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, my second time.
Hey, well, you know what? Thank you. I really appreciate calling in. That's huge. That's huge. Because we're trying to make these connections. It adds a different, a personal touch. You being able to call in and we could hear your voice. Opposed to just being in the chat. So really appreciate that, and that's definitely gonna help us. Get out there and spread the message. And I feel a lot of people need to hear these stories, especially people like us. That came from certain areas that didn't know any better and were influenced by the street. We were gravitated to the street because that's what we saw around each other. So
for sure,
yeah,
I agree. I appreciate it. And I'll be back. I'll be back, brother. I'm interested. I'm plugged in, and yeah, man, I'll be back, and maybe call again or something. We talk again.
Also, Richard, I'm pretty sure there's a I believe you could rewind it, or there's a playlist on there. So if you ever want to catch any certain individual story from the beginning, I'm pretty sure. Can he do that, James?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everything's archived.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Because you'll really get to understand, especially my.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, it took me a lot to be able to throw that out there, as far as getting beat by my parents and all that. But yeah, I just thought I'd say that on there, and I appreciate your time, man. You have a good day.
Yeah, for sure. Likewise, man. Sorry, I apologize your situation, man, and I wish you guys nothing but the best, man. Much respect and love.
Hey, likewise.
Thank you.
Hey, likewise.
Thank you,
man.
brothers.
You have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Have Merry Christmas.
You guys too. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, bro.
All right. Hey, let me ask you something, Javier. So right now, when the phone rang, can you hear the phone ringing, or you can't hear it ringing on your end?
Oh, it's perfect. Like, I didn't hear a ring. I only heard the little like it does a little bit of music when the call's coming in. Yeah, I knew it was coming in, but I kept talking.
Oh, okay. Just double checking, just making sure you can hear on your end.
Yeah, but I'm fine with it, my boy. Like, you gave me heads up earlier, and it's just getting used to the whole thing. And this is cool, dog. I really do like this because that's giving me like a little feedback of how people feel, how people believe. Because the board the board, the government, the whole state of California, they worry about releasing the wrong people, and they're not always going to get it right, but this is going to help. This is going to help them understand like a more intimate look into my righteous past and now, and I'm not going to walk in there and be all mad or expect for them to give me a date, but I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to tell them what happened. Nothing's ever going to change. So they expect me to go in there and say, I did it. I'm the one that pulled the trigger. And that's not true. So every time I go in there, I always tell them that. Like, look, you guys want me to be honest, so I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you what happened. This is what happened. So, yeah, in a way, this is going to help so much, man. I appreciate everybody's call.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? And I want to go ahead and read a message right here to lighten up the mood. Marlene put a message on here, and she put honey bun, honey bun, the generic word for cinnamon roll. So yeah, you just say honey bun.
Oh yeah, no shit. Hey, you know what else too?
Yeah.
Rosca. You ever heard rosca?
Yeah. With the little baby inside. Yeah.
Rosca. Yeah, so man, you know what? That's a good idea. So from now on, I'm just gonna say honey bun. It sounds kind of like intimate though, huh? Honey bun.
Honey bun. Hey, don't say.
My girl used to call me honey bun.
Hey, don't be saying honey bun too loud. The el presidente might hear you.
Especially in here, huh? Nah, man. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I'm single cell status, so I ain't gotta worry about it.
Hey, they're gonna hear you through the vent.
For sure, I'm straight.
They're gonna hear you through the vent.
Everybody in here knows one. Hey, I got the vent covered, homie. I'm boarded up, man. I got the vent cover, I got the door cover, I got everything covered except the window. I got the sun beaming right in my face right now.
Okay.
Chingo de gracias, Marlene.
That's right, yeah.
Y que le diga al Gary que we send ours, que Merry Christmas, and Santa Claus didn't make it to his little chimney, que me dice, my bad, que la otra, next year.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, so do you remember, while we're talking, right, I know it's taken us maybe like 4 calls before I continue into my story. We get a little railroaded, but it's good. I kind of like the beginning of it, like I said earlier, the getting into the mood of and opening up and feeling a little bit more comfortable about my story, because it's personal, super personal. Like, I don't share this with nobody, and I'm doing it with the whole entire world right now. So, yeah, I think I was talking about, let me see. Okay, so I was barely coming off the subject, the topic about my brother, and when I came on this side, and am I right? Yeah, huh? When I was in the holding tank, and the homies were telling me, "Hey, what's up? That's it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's it."
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
That's where I ended up, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick it up a little bit, and so that way the listeners pretty much know that we are telling our story. We're not just on here, clowning and playing around. But it's good. It's good to be like that because it lightens up the mood and it puts you in a better, comfortable spot. Being that we're being open about our personal life. So yeah, 2006, homie. You heard me take a big breath, like I exhaled right now, and so here we go. So I'm cutting into the part where I decided to come on this side, and this side we call it the non-active side. Like we don't like people to call it a PC.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Or PCR, peseta yard, SNY yard, none of that shit. It's just a yard. It's just a place where a lot of people go for different reasons. Some have sex crimes, some have other kind of crimes that are, like child abuse or spousal abuse, and they get beat up everywhere they go to get that. So they try to come over here because there's lesser of that. But majority of us that have been down like 20 and up, 15, 20, 30 years, we just get tired of, the politics, the people talking about other people and people trying to get each other hurt. I think we got like 20 seconds, so I think I better continue this on the next call. What do you think?
Yeah, handle, yeah. Call us back, yeah.
Okay. Handle.
All right. So the 15-minute call just came to an end right now. He should be calling us back right now. He's gonna get into his story of when he walked away. from the main line, and decided to make that decision to go to the other side and go to a non-designated drive or drive non-designated drive non-designated yard. And he's gonna go ahead and get into the details. I'm sure when he went through this, it wasn't an easy decision to make. So very interested in listening to his story and what led up to him making that tough decision and hanging up the gloves. I'm sure it wasn't something easy. I mean, especially if you've been being taught this your whole life, that you got to be a certain way, and then at one point you decide that you're gonna walk away. So I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision to make.
Esta es
This
Global
call is now
Talent.
being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel-Link.
All right, we're on. Yep.
Yay. Yay.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
All right, perfect. So you were about to get into that fateful day when you decide to make that the probably one of the biggest decisions of your life. Decided to
Yes, sir.
throw away your criminal career, turn in your criminal card.
Yeah, I took off my fucking I stripped off my old T-shirt, my old number for a number 0. Actually, a number of 100, homie, because it takes a lot of guts, bro. It's not something that you could just go and open the door and walk into and close the door behind you like nothing. You're letting a lot of people down. You're not only letting family, friends. You're also you're letting yourself down big time because you feel like, man, bro, you told yourself, like I always told myself, so many times, I'm never gonna go on this side. I'm never gonna turn over. I'm always gonna ride them. But you know what? A lot of us are driven by peer pressure, by how people are gonna, the history, your what's that word, man?
Perceive you?
Like the popularity, like how everybody knew. Like for example, I ran into people in here that I always heard of, but I never seen. And they're like, oh yeah, the big homie did this, he did that. Oh yeah, he did this. He went over there. He said, homeboy, he ran into the cell, man. Like he called him out, and he ran into the cell, and he got to whacking the homie, and he was down. He could sabe qué, right? And then I come here and I ran into that individual that I always thought he was super hard, and he's actually running like a Muslim services, or he works in a chapel with the priest, and he's so soft and well spoken, man, that you would never think that this dude was a hard cold gang member, like he was actually with him, But it's part of a change that a lot of us go through. Like you're never the same. You're gonna grow up, you're gonna get older, and you gotta mind somebody. And a lot of us, what we start to mind is we all start to worry about the unknown. What's gonna happen when you die? Where do we go? Is it true that we burn in hell forever and ever? If there's, if you don't confess your sins and check your life and become a good person. So a lot of us, that's what happens, man. We start to get older, and we have so much thinking time, especially when you're single self-status like me. I can't get a celly, so I'm by myself. Like I've got a lot of me time, and I do a lot of thinking. So yeah, coming on this side took me. I'll tell you, dog, it was so hard. I remember calling my family, and without getting them worried or nothing, like giving them little hints. Like my sister, she moved out of her house. That's how big it was. Like my brother-in-law had just bought a brand new house. That was their house. And here I am fucking up, my own selfish reasons or whatever I was doing when I was active, ruined that for him, and they had to go by and change their address and all that, fearing, repercussions for me coming on this side. So that's why I said that when I came on this side, I didn't bring nobody down with me, homie. Like, even though I knew I was going to catch time or more, maybe do more at-sick time or shoot time, whole time, whatever, that I just manned up, dog, and I took all this full 100% responsibility. So I gave up, like, all the weapons that I had, and I gave up stocks that I had in myself. So it took a lot, bro. It wasn't easy. I turned the radio was tripping on me. Yeah, but it was hard, bro. So 2006. So I had just gotten the news about my brother getting killed, and not only just getting killed, by the news of the person that did it was even worse than the actual news, because it was my own cousin, my own blood brother, my own blood cousin killed my brother while he was asleep, and stabbed him with the butcher knife. And pretty much it gutted his stomach. He couldn't survive. He didn't have a stomach, and his body would not hold his stomach, was not able to hold any food, and they could have saved his life, but because we didn't have the money that the hospital wanted, and in Mexico, that's how it works. If you're not like a wealthy person, and you have like righteous insurance, and you got money, over there, they're not trying to keep you alive. Who's gonna pay for that? That's why this country right here, I don't never want to leave. I love this country. There's a bunch of things that are like way better than being in Mexico. Right here, they're not gonna let you die, even if you're homeless and you have nothing. They're gonna really, really try to save your life. So my mom and my dad, they couldn't afford the money to keep my brother alive. So they pretty much had to, they gave him like 15 or 14 days to be able to say goodbye to my brother, because they couldn't put his stomach back together. And so I had just gotten that news, and then plus all the other drama and people coming out of the hole with they're about to redo the whole reglas, and they got a list of like 40 people that need to get stabbed on their yard, and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with this shit, because I remember I mentioned to you about at that time they had a regla where all the lifers were the ones that were supposed to do all the stabbings, because the DA was not picking up. So there was nobody getting extra time. So what they would do is just they'll go through a list of lifers, and every time somebody had to get dealt with, they will pick one from there. And for some reason they always pick me, though, because they didn't like the fact that I was that I was a raza, but I was born in Guadalajara, but I was from a gang in San Diego, and I was running Sureño. So on both sides, they always ask me, what are you? Are you a Sureño or you're a Mexicano? And I would always answer the same way. First, I'm Mexicano, then I'm Sureño, because I was from this, I came over here when I was 7 years old, and I joined the gang. I didn't know none of this Sureño stuff, I didn't even find out I was a Sureño until I hit the New Folsom back in 19...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
So when I hit New Folsom in 94, the cop was the one that told me. He's like, hey, what are you? I said, what do you mean, what am I? I go, well, I'm Mexican. He goes, yeah, where you from? Where you coming from? And so I live in San Diego. All right, here, come over here. You're a Sureño. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, whatever. I didn't really, like I said, my brothers never put me up on game, never laced me up, what was what. So yeah, so here I am. I'm a Sureño now, and I'm just going along with it. I don't want no problems. I'm going along with the flow. I'm not going against the grain or nothing. But yeah, all that was just laying heavy on me, dog. All the drama, every day was drama. There was not a day that you could go out to your yard and just enjoy a basketball or a soccer game or a football game. You knew as soon as you walked out, you could feel the tension. You could see people balling up. You could see people huddling up. And then, your best homeboy would call you to the side and tell, hey, don't go by the basketball court. Like, all right. So you already know. They're not telling you who, but they're telling you something's going to happen. So, a lot of times dudes that have skeletons in their closets, they would get hella scared because they would think it was their turn, you know. And I used to be able to see. I was able to detect certain individuals act weird whenever they were told something was going to happen. So that drama, dog, just living that life was just ugly. So I was getting tired of it, you know. I did 15 years in the active line, so imagine how much drama. You know, a lot of dudes only do 3 years and they come on this side. You know, a lot of dudes jump on this side as soon as they get sentenced. Even in a cop car, once they get in a cop car, they tell them straight up, hey, I don't want nothing to do with the active side. And they put them on the non-active side. But they call it S and Y, you know, an ugly name, but yeah. So yeah, I came on this side, bro, and I remember being in a hole. Oh, I remember I left out exactly. Everybody was self-extracting. So they made everybody board up, cover the windows, and when the cops can't see inside your house, the protocol is called get suited and booted. So they get the boots on, their helmets, their sticks, their, you know, all the little whatever stuff they need to do a cell extract. And they open your tray slot, and first they throw little bombs in there, like pepper spray, concoctions, tear gas, a bunch of shit to try to fumigate you out of there. And you got to take a lot. So at that time, they were making everybody take 3 of them, three like pepper or concoctions bombs or tear gas bombs, and people were locking it up. They're like, fuck that. Why are we doing this shit? You know. And a lot of times it was over one individual that had that was up there that had that, you know, that was somebody. And you know, if he says that he wants everybody to self-extract, you got to do it. Because if you don't do it, guess what? They're gonna stab you when you go out to the yard. You're gonna get stabbed. You're gonna get dealt with because you didn't want to self-extract. You can't ask questions. You'll find out afterwards. So a lot of times dudes that were tired of this shit, they're like, fuck that shit. And they're like, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to make these cops self-extract me. And 1, I'm going to get a write-up. 2, I'm going to get hurt. They're probably going to break a bone because they beat you up pretty bad. So, yeah, everybody was locking it up. And everybody was telling me, like, hey, bro, like right after you left, certain individuals drove.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
They wanted everybody to self-extract because they did this to the homie. I'm like, so all because they did this to one individual, we're going to risk somebody actually, you know, possibly getting hurt, possibly getting killed, you know, because when these cops, they're driven with adrenaline. They don't care about your health. They care about theirs. So when they go in there, they don't know if you're in there, you know, strapped up or what the hell you got in there. So they're going in there with full force, and they hurt. I've seen them break bones, break faces. I've seen them kill people, you know. So it happens. So yeah, now I'm in the hole, and a lot of dudes are coming from the hole. I mean, from the yard, and it's crazy because a lot of them were locking it up. They were like telling me, "Hey, fool, I'm cool." Like when we heard you left, everybody was like, "Fuck that shit!" Like, you know, everybody's starting to leave. So I kind of like, I guess I opened the door. I was kind of like the beginning of it. So at that time, I'll never forget, man, 2006, and I'm pretty sure it'll go down as
Hey, Javier.
2006, yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, man, you're the reason everybody crossed over to the other side.
Hey, homie. Hey, I think they say, well, if Javi could do it, I could do it, because I was always one of them, like
you're a trendsetter.
I never fucked with nobody, bro. I had no problems. Yeah, I wasn't, you know, I was a happy-go-lucky in me. Like, everybody that came to me, they came for laughs, you know. So, you know, they're like, fuck, man, whatever got Javi mad like this, man, it must have been real. So, yeah, I could honestly say that, dog. Like, a lot of dudes that like the ones that I ran into that were in that yard, they told me, like, yeah, dog, I was cool, man. When you were gone, it was a wrap, you know, because we used to, like, yeah, I was the life of the party if it makes kind of sense. But yeah, I was always the one that was lightening up the mood. I was always trying to be the mediator, like trying not to prevent. Like every time there was drama, I would always try to make some kind of peace between people. I never liked, especially if it was in my pod, in my section, in our section right there, I never liked the uncomfortable feeling of somebody that's in that little pod. Because in a level 4, 180, the pods, the sections are like usually 10 cells on top and 10 cells in the bottom. So it's just 20 cells in that little piece, little spot. Right here, it's like 150 cells, and it's a humongous building, and like you can see everybody. So imagine just living in a little cubicle with like 20 people or 30 people, and then just because one of them is being awkward, it ruins the whole environment. You know, now everybody don't want to talk to him, and there's people that are talking to him, and because they're talking to him, now they don't want to talk to you. And it just becomes like a domino effect, and everybody starts to feel awkward around each other. So I never liked that feeling. I always try to fix shit. And so even though I never liked running shit, I never accepted the responsibility of a building or a yard or none of that. I always
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
put my 2 cents in it, man, and a lot of dudes like the way I would say it. You're like, hey, bro, like, this shit's not worth it, homie. Like, just fucking, if you guys don't like each other, just go on under the stairs and you know, get it real quick, you know, put hands on each other and then shake hands and it's over with and we can move on. And yeah, a lot of times that's what they did. And that's how you fix that, man. As long as you ain't bringing out no knife and you're not hurting each other with the knife, cool, you know, get it out. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but don't hold the grudge. And yeah, also, yeah, when I came on this side, man, like, I didn't realize how many people righteously did care for me, dog. I was dearly missed. But yeah, it's about to hang up, so I'm gonna hang this one up and I'll call back.
Man, hey, you're getting there. I see you keeping track. All right, yeah, we'll be waiting for you.
I'm getting it. Yeah.
All right, and ICEMAN is still here. Hey, we really appreciate you coming in and supporting, and wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and also a Happy New Year. So I'll be I'll be streaming again. I think at either 4 or 4:30. And with this stream here, man, we haven't been on live for 2 hours yet. I know we've been on live for at least over an hour. So we'll probably end up doing like 2 hours. I'll figure out exactly how long we've been on right now, and then gonna go ahead and take a break in between, and definitely gonna get some Christmas leftovers. Can be allowing those to go to waste, and definitely looking forward to his him continue down his journey within the California Department of Corrections. And here we go.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel-Link.
All right, Javier.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. So we're still here. We're waiting for the rest of your story.
Okay. Hey, you know what song just came on the radio, homie?
I could hear it a little
I
bit.
know you probably ain't heard it in a long time, but it's an old school song. Because see, I'm at what people do for money.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. But what are the odds of that shit, huh?
Yeah.
So a lot of people do a lot of shit that and end up in prison just for the damn fucking money, homie. Money is some crazy shit. Yeah. So a lot of dudes are coming to the hall, homie, and I'm still feeling a little awkward, like, because when you're in the hall, the first thing you got to do is you got to present your paperwork. They call it a 128G. Your 128G has what you're busted for. It has pretty much like all the information that it's like a license to be able to roam around the prison about it, and everybody knows that you don't got a sex crime, you don't got none of the no-nos or whatever, and everybody knows who's who. So everybody's got to show paperwork, and it takes you until you go to committee, because when you go to the hall, you have nothing with you. All your property is packed, and they send it to R&R, and it sits there. So when you go to the hall, you got to wait till you go to committee, and it's usually a week after, or if you get lucky and you get there a week before, like the week before the first Wednesday, then you go that Wednesday. If not, it's like 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. So everybody's iffy about each other. So nobody trusts nobody. Everybody's just talking on the tier, you know, fishing. I hated talking over the tier. I hated fishing. You know, at times you have to do it. You have no other way of communication. I would drill little holes to the wall. I was good at drilling, like popping the little holes they got on the wall for when they put the prisons together. They got all the walls have holes on them, and they stick the bars in there to pick up the big slabs of cement and assemble the prison. So you just got to find them and you pop them out. So I would rather do that because I didn't want to be out in the tier. I didn't want people listening to my conversation, and I didn't like to write. I had ugly writing, so I always had like a embarrassing moment with my writing. I wasn't comfortable with it. So yeah, everybody's in there, dog, and everybody's telling me what's going on, and I could see it out my window. From my window, I could see the ambulance coming on like every 2 or 3 hours. The ambulance is taking somebody, so they're really doing it up, and it's coming out on news. I think there were like food striking. That was the beginning of the food strike before it exploded over to the bay and all that. And so I guess they were messing with a bunch of people, and they wanted us to kind of like our demands was, you know, the way they were feeding, the program they were giving us, and the disrespect when they were going in our cells. And a lot of these guys were throwing your pictures away. You know, they were just disrespecting your house also. You know, all that shit just piled up and became into a little bomb, and fucking everybody decided. I mean, everybody started cell extracting, but it's not like you had a choice. You know, and like I said, a lot of dudes that was the changing moment for their career as being active on an active yard. So a lot of dudes are like, I'm tired of that shit. So I'm cool, man. Like, you know, plus, you know, especially if you've been down a long time, you're still hoping there's some kind of life at the end of the tunnel, man, that you might get out one day. And sure enough, man, like, you know, the laws changed, and so I started putting in the work, man. I started, you know, forcing myself to learn how to read, and I became more strict with my little day program. I would wake up early, clean the house, you know, do a little exercise, do my reading for the day, you know, my letter writing, my drawing. Most of the time I was drawing. And that's what I would do, man, to not think about what that I had just came on this side. But it's something that it's never going to leave you, dog. I still have that little feeling like, man, I can't believe I did this, you know. But now it's like the majority of the whole population is just on this side. Now they don't have actually, when you come to the joint now, they don't have an active or non-active. They're called non-designated yards, which we're all together. They don't no longer cater to, you know, putting people that have sex crimes or child molesters and all that. They don't separate them all. They put you all with everybody now. And that's ugly because, you know, there's times when you walk right next to or you happen to sit in the breakfast table with the fucking child molester, and what do? You know, you got kids now, you just feel some kind of way. You just want to punch this dude. But then on the other hand...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
You know, on the other hand, you're trying to go home, dog. You're trying to be a peaceful guy, but yeah, that's the downside of that, man. And I'm still having to deal with that, man. There's a dude that lives like 7 cells from mine that's busted for killing his little daughter, man. And I think, oh my God, bro, I see this dude, and he walks around the yard hella hard and shit with his chest all puffed up like he did something. I'm like, man, that was a little baby, bro. That was a little innocent, little defenseless little girl that you just killed. I mean, you walk in the yard like you're fucking hella hard, you know. And it's sad, bro. But yeah, that's still always gonna bug me. But I can't react. I gotta keep a positive look at my future, though. I need to get out of here. I already gave him 30 years. You know, this June 13th will be 31 years. And man, like, I don't want to be like Tito. Tito's been down 40 years. It's crazy though, because Tito's been down 40 years, and he's such an amazing person. Like, if I don't see it, how the hell the board doesn't see it? You know, I wish they had some kind of like hidden cameras in the cells and in the day room where they could actually see, you know, our daily personality, our daily character, and how we go about Because that dude is so peaceful, such a good person, man. And I'm a good judge of character. I could tell you, and I could tell the board, and I could tell anybody, like, that dude he deserves to go home already, homie. He's been down since he was 20 years old, too. You know, he's 61 right now. He's been down like 41 years. That's just sad, bro, but, you know, it takes a little time to get used to being on this stuff, man, and you surround yourself by positive people, and that's what I do. I surround myself with people that are doing groups, people that are going to church, people that believe in God, people that love their parents. That's one thing you want to look for in prison. You want to hang around with somebody that has love for the parents. Because anybody in prison, from what I noticed, if you run into people and they tell you, yeah, fuck my dad or fuck my mom, or I beat up my dad, I beat up my mom, you do not want to be around that dude. He is mentally unstable. If he doesn't respect his mom and his dad, he sure in the hell ain't going to respect nothing about you or nothing, you know. So I shy away from people that don't believe in God, people that don't believe in that don't love their parents. And it's been working so far. I believe that's the best, you know, the best ability I have to kind of like foresee the future if in a way of like knowing, okay, I'm not going to kick with this dude because, you know, in the future and he might lead me into some kind of shit that I might get in trouble with, so I stay away from all them dudes. So being on this side is taking a lot of focusing and paying attention, man, like to everybody, because now you're around all kinds of characters and people with ugly crimes. You know, there's a few in here that were actually serial killers. They got pulled out when they took the death penalty off the table in California. They took everybody out of death row and they put them in prison, and they're called condemned inmates. So I'm around a bunch of condemned inmates that are busted for righteous serial killers and ugly crimes, you know. And I try not to ask, I try not to meet, I try not to know. So I keep my circle small, and it's been working. I do my groups, I go to the yard, I do my little exercise. But you can't help it. Every time I come in my house and I think, and I go look out my window, and I make sure I know where all the no-nos are living, and I stay away from those. So I'm sitting in the hole still, right? Going back to my story. So I'm sitting in a hole, and I'm writing a bunch of letters. I'm writing my mom, I'm writing my sisters. I'm telling everybody, hey, just so you guys know, you know, I'm good. Like, I'm on this side, and I'm okay, and hopefully you guys are okay. And sure enough, everybody was okay, because I didn't tell on nobody, bro. Like, I didn't give up nobody. There was no collateral damage from my part. So, like, for that, I could honestly say, you know, that I'm proud of, you know, going about it the right way. You know, there's some that come on this side and they sing like canaries. I mean, they're telling on the whole world, like, because there was always in them to be telling on people. You know, a lot of times you'd be surprised who's the one telling. You know, a lot of times it's the ones that are fucking hella tatted up, big old muscles, walking around the yard with the chest all up, and they're all on everybody's business. They want to know everything, what's going on. So those are usually the guys that want to be somebody. You know, being on the active side, a lot of the dudes, their main focus is to be, for their name to carry weight. You know, for them to have some kind of fame for knowing, even just a little knowing somebody of importance, somebody that's very well known and respected. So they idolize and they emulate stuff like that. They want to be like them. So their whole prison career is trying to write people up there and trying to ask for permission or want to be somebody, or there's some right to ask straight up, can they have the yard? Can I run one of my buildings? Can I run this? And you know, that's where all the little power struggle starts, and a lot of people get hurt. Because some dudes do it for, you know, like I was saying earlier, or in the beginning, some do it just because they know that their hands are going to be going through, they're going to have a lot of drugs going through their hands. And they want to be able to pick, you know, plug some of that dope out them little balloons, and you know, and without caring about what's going to happen. You know, when the other person, on the other hand, gets the money or the dope, they're short. Who are they going to blame? They never blame it on themselves. It's always on the person that took it to them. And then that person blames it on the other person, and then, boom, sometimes it's still...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But yeah, man, like I don't want to make this one long. This one right here kind of like gets me a little mad, man, because I've seen a lot of innocent homies get killed over this certain thing, in you know, just the drug thing in prison is ugly, Donald. Like, wow, man, how the things that are people. I remember my dad told me one time. He goes, "Mijo, you know," he told me, I forgot how it went, but he said, "A drunk will always forget the next day. He'll tell you and swear he forgot what he did, you know, the next day because he was drunk. But a dope fiend, you could be in the house and you could lose money or dope, and he's the one that has it. He's the one that stole it or found it, and he'll help you look for it. He'll go around the house. He'll go the whole distance, playing the whole part, looking for the dope, knowing damn well it's already in his pocket or the money, whatever the hell you're missing." So that right there, man, put it into perspective. Like, wow, they will go that far. You know, they'll literally sit there and look for the dope for a whole hour, knowing damn well it's in their pocket. So that tells you, man, like drugs is a powerful thing, man. It's a sad thing. I see on the news all them dudes that are strung out on I forget the name of it, fentanyl or something like that, and they're like zombies, homie. It's something you see in a movie, and I'm like, wow, that shit's really happening out there. I seen one in Bakersfield. I'm like, oh man, that was sad. Like I seen like every other person was hung over, like leaning forward, down, like standing up, or sleeping but standing up, like weird. But yeah, man, that's the hardest thing, bro. Like drugs is like some evil stuff in here, dog. It could make such a good person turn into a ugly person. And you gotta be able to detect it in time and catch it in time. And you know, I've helped a lot of dudes. I've just the way I tell my story here. I've gone and told a couple of homies that I feel that it's worth me spending time and trying to help. And I didn't tell them my whole entire past, but I told them what got me in here and what got me to change. You know, and I've gotten people that were so strung out on drugs. I got them off it, and I'm so proud of myself. I always check, and I always go back, and I double check. And man, that makes me feel good to know that I was the one that convinced them to stop doing the stupid drugs.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
But yeah, man, I tend to kind of make like certain topics a little too long, and so I believe this certain one is very important because this is the one that makes you or breaks you. If you could kill the urge to getting high and the feeling, you know, it's so good, you know. But if you cannot, it'll break you. It'll take you to the ground. I mean, it'll spill over to and hurt people on the streets. You know, your loved ones, your parents, your kids, your girl. They lose it all. But it's gonna hang up. I'm gonna call back. All right? Amen?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, call us back.
Okay.
All right. So if if Biddy K is still on here and you're listening, I asked a question on there. I want to know if you know anybody that's currently incarcerated in a prison in the UK, in HMP, Her Majesty's prison. If you do, if you could go ahead and reply to my message, it will greatly be appreciated. Looking to expanding, you know, to other countries if possible. Canada, Australia, the UK, you know, anywhere, anywhere that they have easy access to either phones or tablets.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yañez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel-Link.
All right, Javier, thank you for calling us back. Just to give you a heads up, right now for after this call, this will be the last one for us. I gotta go get something to eat. I haven't ate anything. I just rolled out of bed, brushed my grill, and we jumped on the live.
Yeah. A huevo. Hey, I was about to tell you, it's crazy because I look at, you hear that? You know what that is, right? Remember the burrito earlier that was trying to fit under my door?
Yeah.
Hey, dog, I was reaching for the burrito right now. But yeah, that's excellent. That's perfect right there.
Hey, Javier, let me ask you.
Yeah.
But do you got any chili lime to sprinkle on that burrito? That's what I want to know.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you right now what I got, homie. I got chili. I got chili. I got Cajun chicken, Cajun cajun. I used to say cajun, but I guess it's Cajun. Cajun chicken, beef, something beef picante, homie. No chili lime. So, pensa, pegacho for you. A comer. ¿Qué vas a comer? What are you gonna eat?
You know what? I don't even know. It's gonna be a surprise. I'm gonna walk out there and whatever.
Know, huh?
I don't even know. I'm just hungry. As long as it has chili lime sprinkled on it, vámonos. Súbense a la Suburban.
Hey, you know what? They sell it. Hey, they sell the seasoning. You never seen it? Hey, homeboy. Hey, you need to find some of that. So, I forgot what package company I seen it. It said chili lime seasoning. Hey, I bought that little seasoning and I started just a little sprinkle because it's so strong. It's like concentrated powdered lemon with a little chili flavor, and it's got like a shrimp taste to it. That's just bomb, dog. So I recommend it. If ever you find it, you could put that up, but just barely. You can't overdo it. If you it's just nasty. You just got barely a little touch. But yeah, man. No chili lime, homeboy. Puro pinche burrito ahorita. The homie got off. That's a badass burrito. It's got like the top of the top, like the best fucking meat, the most expensive, everything. It's Christmas. And the homie, he's a fortunate person. Like his family, they come see him every.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, they come visit him every single week. They send him money every single week. He's on the phone all day. They love this dude, man. But that's because that's what he sold out there. You know how they say you reap what you sow? And he was good to his family. He was good to his parents, But it only goes so far. You could be so good, but if after a while, 20, 30 years, people get to, get a little break, a little distance in between you. But the love is there, like my brothers, they don't write me. They don't come visit, but I'm pretty sure get out, man, it's a whole different ballgame. But, yeah, man, this dude, I am so blessed. He hooked me up. I have something good to eat today. Because all I have was those soups. I have no beans to put in and no rice. It's just flat, plain sopa, So he kind of he really made that. He made my day, man. But yeah, with that, man, being now that I know it's the last one, I want to close with a positive, little positive outlook at this whole thing. That even though I've been down 30 years now, I always find a way to find something in my house, in my cell, that's gonna make me happy. So the minute I wake, I always sit here and while I'm drinking my coffee and I watch the news because I'm a news junkie. I love watching the news. And I turn that TV off and I thank God that He's given me another day and I ask Him. I have a very personal relationship. Like I talk to Him like if I had Him right next to me. And I'm not ashamed to say that. A lot of people, they feel a certain type of way when they talk about their religion or they're very personal secretive about it. I'm not. I'm out in the open. I tell everybody, yeah, man, I talk to him like he was right there in the cell. And I tell my mom and I tell my aunt and I tell my cousins and they love that. And they tell me that's the way to go about it. So yeah, I first check in with him upstairs and I ask him to give me peace and lead me into surround me with love and righteousness because that's what I want. We're only here for a short life. Even 200 years, I don't see it a lot. Back then they say people used to live 500 years. I'm like, wow, that's fucking badass. But yeah, I try to stay positive and even though I came on this side and I don't like it and I don't like certain things, I always look for the good in everything, man. So. I'll save some of some of my story for the next time I call. And you, man, enjoy the rest of your Christmas and go spend time with your little daughter, man. I could only imagine what's going through her head right now with the little Santa Claus boot prints that you guys put under with the flower. I never thought of something like that. But wow, I know if I was a little kid and I would have seen the little boot prints on the floor, you know, stepped over the flower to go get the cookies. Oh man, that would have just convinced me 100% that Santa was real, you know. So man, I appreciate you sharing that personal thing about you too, James.
Man, I hope right now, I hope when I go out there right now, the cookies or Santas are still there, because I'm gonna go ahead and grab a glass of milk, and I'm gonna finish up what Santa didn't take with him.
Oh my God, bro! Hey, some of them chips are, you know the cheap, the nice cookies, the chunky ones with the chips, with some milk. That's my thing, homie. Like, I remember going, even when I used to go to the little time that I did get a chance to go to high school, there was a little donut shop across the high school that I went to, and I used to go buy little donuts and cookies and drink it. But I used to get like some big, tall glasses of milk, man. Like I drank 8 milks yesterday. You know, my neighbor works in the kitchen, and he brings back milk, so and he knows. So when the door opened, I had 8 fucking milks in front of my door. Like, damn, I can't drink all those. Hey, homie, I made fucking arroz con leche. I ate with cereal. I used it on my oatmeal. I drank all that milk. But yeah, man, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your Christmas, James, and stay safe out there. Keep it on the swivel. I appreciate the time. This is a cool little Christmas. I wasn't expecting anybody. I mean, especially you know that you got your little life right there and you got your little family, but you know, going out of your way to take me out of here for a little while. I appreciate that.
Hey, Javier, remember, ain't nothing free in La Pinta.
Ah, huevo. Hey, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah, what?
Hey.
That's right.
You hear that?
Yeah. You got backyard boogie?
Yeah. I'm going to go bump. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna finish cleaning the house, and I'm going to get my little workout, you know, set up my little drawing material. And fucking, I'm gonna blow these fools. Hey, fool, I got the systems right here, homie.
That's right.
Good car system. But for sure, homie, I appreciate it, dog. This was out of these whole entire 30 years in prison, this for sure will go down my very best Christmas, because I was able to, you know, share some of my story, and I was able to hear, you know, certain individuals call in and tell me how they feel, because that shit does matter to me a lot, dog. Because I'm a nervous wreck sometimes when I'm getting ready to go to board. I'm so nervous that I want to not go. You know, I get scared. You know, because they hold my whole life in their hands. So this is gonna help me break out that shell.
Hey, now you're gonna when you go to the parole the parole board hearing, you'll be like, hey, I'm ready to go. Where the keys at? Whose car am I driving to the house?
Hey, I'm gonna take my little microphone. Know what I mean? Right here with my camera, like 15, 1, 2, 3. Hey, to the left, to the right. You know what I mean? But yeah, homie, this for sure, homie, for sure will go down as my very best Christmas as far as being in prison. You know, I still haven't even called my mom or nobody.
Hey, so trip out.
I put you first, homie. You should feel special.
Hey, Despensa en la tira. Didn't mean to, cut you off like that, but we got some messages here, and I definitely don't want to overlook these messages here. And
handle.
And then we got a message from Angel, and he puts Merry Christmas, homeboys, or homeboys.
That's right.
And then
gracias, homeboy.
And then we also got a message here from Biddy K. Merry Christmas and good evening from London, England. I hope 24 is a better one for all of us, man. Tuning in all the way from London, England.
Likewise.
Yup.
Wow. Hey, good looking now. What's his name?
Biddy K.
What's that one? What was his name?
Biddy K.
Biddy K. Un chingo de gracias, homeboy. Thank you. All the way from London, man. Lovely.
And gracias means thank you. Just in case your Espanol is not very good looking.
Cuckoo, gracias. Yeah, no, for real. So highly. I could only imagine. Everybody Googles everything now. You know, that's what I tell my teacher. Like, why do I gotta learn this fucking math? I could just Google. My teacher looks at me like, shut up, just do the damn math.
Hey, so trip out.
Man, good looking out.
Hey, man just tapped in and he put, hey guys, I'm at the movie theater with my family. Last Saturday was Wonka. Today's they're gonna be seeing Aquaman.
Oh, hell yeah! Oh my God! Hey, dog, that fucking movie! I can't wait to they put it on the screen for us down here.
Hey,
I love all them movies, homie.
And Biddy K said he's not a he, she's a she. So it said, laughing out loud, I'm a she, as in itty bitty, yeah.
Hell yeah! Well, thank you, beautiful she. Hey, I appreciate that, man, because it sounded like a. Well, I don't mean I didn't mean it in a bad way. Like, it sounded more like a name for like a dude. But yeah, well, thank you.
Hey, see, that's where you're messing up. You're messing it up because you're thinking about it in American accent. You gotta think about it in a British or English accent.
Oh, okay. Man, I appreciate her logging in and listening to us. I hope she'll come back and listen to our story. And pass the word around. That way, you get out there. It's all positive and good faith.
And then
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And then she also wanted me to tell you. She said, please let Javier know. Me and my team are listening to him from London. Sometimes he has sometimes he has us laughing so hard the boss looks at us sideways.
Fuck yeah! Hey, homie, hey, let them know. Whenever that I am open for pen pals. Like, I really do appreciate talking to people, dog. Like, it's helping me bust out my little shell and feel comfortable with public speaking and talking in front of people. So, I'm not trying to, how can I say, do a commercial or nothing right here, but if ever they want to, like, on the site, they want to hit me up, they can hit me up on the GTL or the GyroLamb, like the ICEMAN.
Yeah.
Hey, that fool's got such good, positive conversation. So, yeah, for sure, I appreciate everybody, man.
That's
regardless
right.
Whether they do or not, I appreciate it through the podcast.
And Biddy K also put
James.
I have heard every episode so far, so there it is. That's what I'm talking about. You like just listening to those episodes.
That's right, Biddy K. See, now you know me, so I feel comfortable being me now. See, every time I meet somebody new, I get scared. First, I get a little scared, then I get nervous, then I exhale, relax, and then I come out and I'm me. But I believe it's a normal reaction. I think everybody gets that. But I get it a little harder.
And just to throw this out here, Biddy K, we actually take phone calls. And if you happen to have an iPhone, the phone that I got to accept phone calls is an iPhone. You could actually call us via FaceTime audio. And you could go ahead and join the conversation. We're just a phone call away. It's free. And if you don't have an iPhone, I could always set up a WhatsApp. And you could call us through WhatsApp. And that'll also be a free phone call. No charge to you if you want to interact with the conversation here, and definitely trying to switch it up over here, trying to add a little bit of more of a personal touch here, so to engage with our listeners, and you guys could engage with us. So definitely would be
man, I would
awesome.
love that.
Yep.
Yeah, I would love that, man, because just knowing that they're from London, out of this, from a different part of the world. And to be able to interact with somebody I'm pretty sure there's a different accent, huh? What language do they speak over there?
They speak English. That's where English comes from. We speak English also, but
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
But obviously, we switched it up.
That tells you how much I'm smart. Hey, I'm a self-taught, man. I fucking taught myself. I didn't go to school. I ditched my whole life. I was a bad kid. So everything that I do know, I learned it on my own. I didn't know that. How dumb of me, huh? No shit. That's in England, huh? London?
Yeah.
England?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. But they still have a little accent, don't they? When they're the ones that say, I didn't know. You ask them questions.
I think it's the other way around. I think we're the ones that have the accent, because English comes from over there.
Yeah,
so
they probably listen to us listen to these fools talk. Look at how thuggish rugged speaks. Thuggish rugged guy right there.
Hey,
yeah, man.
she puts we speak English better than you. Call me back. So we'll finish it up right now when you call back. Yeah. Hey, really appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully, you'll call in and we could go ahead and interact. Definitely be interesting. And that's one of the reasons that I set up the phone number, just to add a different twist to it. And I find it interesting, that you would be listening, from over there. Let me ask you, how did you come across the channel? Did it pop up in your feed, or exactly how did it go down? If you don't mind sharing. Definitely interested and curious, to find out. And right now.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Talent. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un preso recluido de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Talent.
Hey, so I'm gonna read off a message from Iceman. He put still tapping in, getting the evil eye, man. Hey, it say Iceman, man. He's risking it all. He's redlining it right now.
Why?
Because
I'm
he's
laughing already, dog. I don't even know why, but I'm laughing already because that's what makes me laugh.
Because he's in the movie theater with his familia, and they're probably looking at him like, "What the hell? Like, why are you listening to the phone? Get off of the phone already! Cuélgale, córtate la phone check."
Oh, fucking Iceman. That's right, homeboy. That's legit. That's loyalty right there. He's true to the game, huh?
That's right.
The collect call from. He's not going to miss it. That's right, Iceman. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. You don't even know.
Hey, Iceman's paying $20 to go to the theater. He's not even watching the movie. That's dedication right there.
Hey, and when everybody laughs, he just go ahead and laugh. He don't even know what he's laughing at. And he's just back on the screen right here. But yeah, I appreciate that shit.
Hey, and right now, Biddy K, like right before the call was disconnected, shots fired. She put, we speak English better than you do.
Yeah, but we both sound funny to each other. But I don't, for sure, I want you guys to know that I don't, for sure, without a doubt, I don't mean it in no kind of bad way at all. It's all in good faith, for sure.
That's right. Yeah. It's not our fault. We're just victims of circumstance over here that it got switched up. You know? Yeah.
Well, just collateral damage, man. Like I didn't do nothing. I just wanted rims for my lowrider, homie. That's all I wanted, and I ended up doing 30 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't wait for my paycheck, so I try to like fast forward it in that fast money. Cost me 30 years of my life already. Ain't that something?
Hey, Last Man just put a message. He said a movie starts in 5 minutes. He puts it laughing emojis.
Yeah, he better watch out, man. Catch him on the screen. They're gonna be mad at him, no? I know I would get mad if I took you to the movies and you get on the phone. Like, what the hell? Serio? Especially if you didn't pay.
No, yeah, I think he did. I think he's with his nieces.
Yeah.
And his granddaughter.
Yeah, I hope you. Hey, Iceman, I hope you enjoy the movie right there with your kids and your granddaughters, grandsons, and whoever you're with right there. And for real, man, I appreciate all the positive messages you've actually sent me, man, big time.
And right now you're not even in the Pinta right now. You're somewhere else, right?
I swear I'm not even in the fucking cell, homie. I'm over there. I'm parking on a parking lot right now, and I'm going to a movie theater también. I can smell the popcorn. Hey, I can smell the popcorn. I can smell that little candy. You know how when you walk into a movie theater, the first thing you smell is that popcorn?
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's always like a sweet smell. Like they enhance. Like I've always felt they purposely like have some kind of like instant that they fill the whole movie theater with, so that way they get all your money, you know? You go in and you buy a candy bar for like $8. Like, what the hell? Why is it $8? But yeah, man, for real, dog, I'm not even in here right now, man. And this man, I can't wait to start my day. Like as soon as I hang up right here, I'm gonna play the music hella loud. I'm gonna finish cleaning the house, I call it the house. It's a little restroom with the bed in it. But yeah, I'm gonna finish cleaning my little cell and maybe set up my little drawing material, do a little exercise, and that's gonna, man, I'm gonna be thinking about the whole this whole conversation all day because it was such a good one.
Oh, and I don't want to forget. I definitely want to send you. I'm gonna take some screenshots right now of the chat. I'm gonna send you all these messages. And I just noticed right now, Marlene, she just put a profile picture on, so we could see, what she looks like.
What?
Yeah.
Órale. Hey, send me a copy of that.
yeah, I got you. I got you.
That's Gary's prima, huh? She works at a school or something like that.
I don't know anything.
Cool,
yeah, I'm not sure about any details like
that.
Yeah,
but I appreciate it. That'd be cool. Like to put faces into voices.
There it is.
More
yeah.
Intimate, you get to know each other. So I appreciate it.
So
Man,
yeah.
this burrito is bomb, dog. I wish you could taste this burrito.
Shit, me too.
My goodness, he hooked it up. Are you hungry yet?
I'm starving right now. Right now, when my tripas are they're making all kinds of little noises.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you wanna close for today, we could do it in a positive note. Everybody hopefully everybody looks for joy throughout the rest of the day today, and if they have anything they're going through, best wishes to everybody, and just always look at the positive of everything. To every bad, there's a good. So you always gotta look for it. Sometimes it takes longer for others, but for every single bad, there's always something good. So always look, push to find the good. And with that, I think that's a good way to end. What do you think?
Nah, that's a perfect way. And I always remember, abuelita de Batman.
Oh, yeah, and if somebody tells you, hey, what's up, you want to go to the movie theater? You answer like this, abuelita de Batman. I mean, yeah, let's go, hell yeah. ¿No?
Yeah, huevo.
A huevo. So for those that don't know what a huevo means, the translation for a huevo, for us Mexicans or Sureñitos or Chicanos over here in this part of the world, is the best way to put it is like, let's say you, like, somebody's got candy bars or something, they give you a candy bar or they're offering.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Oh, let me rephrase that. Let's say they invite you somewhere and they're going to pay.
The candy bar, this is going to go down the wrong route right now. You don't want to you don't want to be taking no candy bars in prison.
No. Hey, you know what saved me? We were saved by the double whammy.
Yeah.
By that lady that cut in and told me, there's a call from California prison, whatever. So, let's say, like, I come out of my house and you're my neighbor and you're like, hey, what's up, fool? You want to go to the movie theater tonight? And you're paying? I'm going to say, hell yeah, huevo. Like, so that's another way, excited way to say yes. So we, instead of saying a huevo, we say abuelita de Batman. So the translation to that is, it's abuelita de Batman is Batman's grandmother. But I don't know, that makes no sense in English.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But in Espanol,
yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, then, Javier.
Yeah,
hey.
we're crazy. Like, our language is, yeah, for real.
Hey, I appreciate coming in. Yep.
For sure.
Gracias un chingo. And
hey, homie, abuelita de Batman, you already know.
Mando.
Mando Hando, and I'm gonna go tell Presidente right now. Hey, homie, he's ready walking in from the visita.
Looking all happy. Looking all happy. All happy,
yeah.
like skipping and jumping
man.
up and doing a little kick in the air.
Oh my God, no. His girl loves him. No, I wish I could find. I ain't had a girlfriend in over 27 years. Remember I told you, like, ever since my last girl left me.
Yeah.
Like, I fear that to be able to feel that pain that I felt when she left me. So because of that, I've never really posted up my name on pen pal sites and none of that shit. So, but yeah, I miss it though, and he's walking in hella happy, and I'll send him your saludos.
Hey, mira, Biddy K put estoy aprendiendo español, or trying to put español. Close enough, you got it. You're on the right track.
Oh. Está bien. What is it? DDK? DDK?
No, Biddy, like B as in bird, IDDY, and the letter K, Biddy K.
BDK, okay.
Yeah.
Probably her initials to her name. Okay, BDK. Y si lo vas a agarrar en español, y espero que uno de estos días te animes a platicar conmigo en español, okay?
That's right, and I'm going to go ahead and translate that, and he's saying that hopefully, one day you could call in and he could listen to your voice. if that was a rough translation, I added my twist to it. So it's kind of what they do to you when you go to this prison court and you don't understand English, and they give you a translator. The translator is not gonna say it exactly word for word, and they might end up throwing some stuff in there that they didn't say, and next thing you're getting railroaded, and you got a 25 years life sentence.
For real. Hey, before we end, I want to send this. Look at. Do you remember when Obama became president, right?
Yeah.
And they went out to Africa, and there was a dude translating what he was saying, but he was doing it with sign language.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
and they found out that the fool didn't even know he didn't even know nothing about.
He was faking
language.
the funk.
He was making all the shit up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I don't know why that came to mind, but we're giving you the righteous translation. Basically, I was just saying that hopefully you learn the English and maybe call in one day and we could talk. I mean, the Spanish. The English. Oh, yes.
Hey, and there's a thing.
Know what it is, homie? I'm chewing on a fucking burrito.
Hey, so
I'm getting high off the burrito I'm eating right now.
So I've been to London before.
Yeah, man,
in London, when you ride the subway, and they don't call it the subway, they call it something else. I don't recall what it is, but there's this audible tone that says "mind the gap" all the time. Mind the gap means like when you jump off the train, like make sure like you don't get stuck between the platform and the subway or the train.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people trip on that little space between the train and the sidewalk, huh?
Yeah, so you gotta definitely mind the gap.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you use that in a daily life, and you'll be all right. Just mind the gap.
You been to London, homie?
Man, I've been all over the place. Yeah, and I've been everywhere. I've been to London, England. I've been to let me see. I've been to Italy, Venice. I've been to France. I've been to I've been to Canada. I've been to let me see. I've been to let me see where else. Central America. I've been to
Mexico.
I've been to Mexico. Yeah. I've been to El DF. I've been to let me see where else. El Salvador.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I've been to El Salvador,
you ever been?
Costa Rica, Panama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been, I got around a little bit, I've been fortunate enough, to be able to travel. Oh,
yeah, you know what? It might sound crazy, but I want to go to El Salvador, honey. I want to know.
Hey,
I want to go there. I want to see it.
El Salvador is cleaned up right now. It's nothing like it used to be before. We went a few months ago. We went in April, and me, my wife, and my 5-year-old, we went out there. We went there. We were out there in the strength, and man, we're roaming around streets that you normally couldn't walk into, like neighborhoods and stuff. So it was definitely a different atmosphere out there. Oh man, and we had the best pupusas ever, man. We went to this place called Oloquilta.
Oh my God, pupu! My goodness, bro. Pupu. Hey, God, my little sister, I told you she married some people from El Salvador, and she learned how to make them, but like I ain't been out there to taste her food, but I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
Man, hey, let me tell you about this place. Hey, if you ever meet a Salvadoreño, ask them if they know where Uluquilta is. And if they're like the real deal Salvadorian, they were there, they would know that that's like the cuna. That's like the place that they invented the pupusa. Man, I went there. They had like maybe like 30 different types of flavors. Pupusas. I never seen that out here in the States. They only got like the cheese and they got the revueltas and stuff like that. Or man, they had even pupusas with jalapeno. And I was like, what? Yeah. Man, it was.
I want to taste the sweet ones. What flavors they got for the sweet ones?
Man, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they got some with chocolate. Man, you know what? They had all kinds of stuff. You know what? I'm going to go through my pictures. I'm going to double check if I happen to take a picture of the menu. Because there was just so many pupusas. And they had camarón, fish.
I want to see a righteous. There you go. I want to see a pupusa with like the shrimps on it, like bomb, the big old giant shrimps. Like, man, I'm a sea fish, man. Like, I love anything from the sea, dog. I eat anything from, especially octopus. I love octopus. But yeah, dog, like, I cannot wait to get out there and just taste that food, man. Like the real food, man. Like shit that we take for granted. I took for granted when I was out there. I sit here and every time I see a fucking food commercial, it's 50 man, and I look at it and like, wow, I wish I could have that, and I can't.
Hey, right now, right now, when you see the presidente, tell him, hey, what do you know? Tell me what you know about Oloquilta, and if he don't know what,
let's write it down.
Write it down, yeah.
Oloquilta.
Oloquilta.
I bet you I spelled it right. Look, it's L.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I thought it's it's OLOQUILTA.
Close enough.
Oloquilta.
Yeah, just tell him, hey, homie, hey,
Close enough.
what do you know about Oloquilta? And he just looks at you and he's just blinking. Then he's not the real deal, Holyfield.
No, that fool will know. I tell you that. He's a righteous about anyway. I got love for that dude. He'll know.
All right, we'll see right
Hey,
now.
you know what I like about him? That he's not you know how some of them, they're very vulgar, like the language, hijo de la gran puta, que every other word is the word puta, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't do that, so I tell him this all the time. I go, hey, bro, how did you break that habit? And he pretty much, he told me, like, hey, dog, it's cool, you know, and like when you're amongst, like brothers and sisters and family members, but when you're speaking like that all the time, people don't take you serious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that shit made a lot of sense. So, no, I really respect his way of being.
Oh, man, so the call was cut off. Hey, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it now. Hey, really appreciate, you guys tuning in. My apologies. I know we definitely, stayed off topic today, and we've been pretty much just, a lot of off-topic talk here. But, with that, he was able to, not be in prison for at least a few hours. And definitely, these last 2 hours or whatnot have definitely flown by. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we'll be back at 4, I think 4:30 with Jesse and David. And remember, life's like a candle. Once you blow it, it's lights out. And with that, I'm out.